it would have, it would have been bad. There was a show while you were gone. There was a really bad show while you were gone where I was just like, I don't care. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I would say shows end up being okay. But at this time during that show, that was like the low point where I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk about this team. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of covering this team. I'm tired of investing my heart and soul in this team. I'm tired of it always kicking me in the butt cheeks.
And now you're not that?
Now somebody asked me last night, they were like, hey, are you bought in? And I'm like, I am 1,000,000,000% not bought in, but I am enjoying this. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't understand the gatekeepers that are like, they're playing the injured and of course they are. I get
What's
it.
Bought in, by the way?
Bought in is like
for you?
We're back and let's push for the thing.
Okay.
No, it's like, okay, you got the post coach. I know. Well, now we're losing an engineer, so good luck with that. Yeah. It's the post coach push bump, if you will.
I will.
It's one of them's, right? We'll see. I will be attending my first game tonight. I've had a couple of false starts. But
so the entire show was going to be at the game tonight?
Oh, except for Jason.
Yeah, he's flashing missing
sorry.
tonight. I hate the heat.
Yeah, you're not going to see the heat. By the way, shout out to De'Aaron Fox's butt cheek. Hopefully it's better. It's because they're like, he's out with a right glute. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a butt cheek. Just say he's out with a butt cheek.
He's cheeky.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's like the best outcome. I was so scared when he fell.
Yeah.
Like, so flipping scared when he fell. That was terrible.
Well, you were bought in.
I was bought in 100%. All right. This is the blah. We're going to talk Kings all day. I mean, hell, the Niners season ended yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk Kings pretty much all day. But I have presents, sort of presents. So,
oh yeah.
All right. So
I saw this picture.
1, 2, 3 things of bone broth. And then 3.
Did you do your own research?
I did do my own research. MC will be proud.
Are we going to be okay?
So I did talk to some people. Okay. So what is this here? This is 1, 2.
I don't need one of those.
Yeah. 3 things of green tea if you want it. Yeah. But also in there, look at supplements. See, each 1 pill a day. These are just, by the way, just so you know, these are, I'm more paranoid about this stuff, I guarantee you, than both of you put together. So just trust me when I say these are, those men's 1 a days in the blue. That's these. It's just, there's no in this,
Well, what if we wanted the blue?
Well, then you can get your own. And then 1, 2, 3 things of liquid IV hydration multiplier electrolyte drink mix. So after talking to a ton of people, some of which I trust, you talk to a bunch of people and then you just put it all together.
What's the best and the worst thing you heard?
The worst thing I heard is that if you're not careful when you wrap up the whole thing and you dive right back in, holy bad poops.
Oh
yeah, rough poops, man.
Okay.
So that was the worst thing. But the consensus. Why is there all a bunch of dog hair on that?
Yeah,
sure.
It was. I don't know.
Okay,
I didn't have an answer.
Are you shedding?
Yes, that's personal. Maybe after this.
Yeah. So, wait, did I bring in? No, I just brought in your guys. I was like, why did I bring in my stuff? So it was basically like water, tea or coffee, but no, like creamer and stuff. You can do like a mug. I didn't need to get 3. This isn't like drink one of these things of bone broth a day. I just got 3 because we're doing it for 3 days. But basically, like if you're hungry, you can have like a little mug of bone broth. And then mix, they were saying supplements. So like, take the pill, which is the men's 1 a day. And then this is like electrolytes and sodium and stuff, and this that you just mix with your water. I've tried these; they're actually good. There's passion fruit and lemon lime, and the only thing I'll say is like they taste good, but like when you drink it with water, it tastes a little salty. It throws you off a little bit because there's a little sodium in there, I guess.
Which is probably what you need, I guess.
Right, exactly. So the consensus was basically this is all you need. Oh, I can't even remember. We're doing a 3-day fast. We've been talking about this for a while, but maybe there's somebody that just tuned in. Sorry. We're going to all do a 3-day fast together and try to get through it because everybody says it's great. And could this be the start of a radio bit that turns terrible? Possibly, but you'll all be along for the ride and it's good ratings. So I think also we should also be doing video updates at least once a day. Like, this is how I feel. Everything's great. It said, avoid, some caffeine's okay, but just don't go overboard. Like yoga, light stretching. What?
I'm trying to think what caffeine. Oh, I guess in coffee.
Yeah. Coffee,
Okay,
green tea. Did you say you don't like green tea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess any old chamomile. I mean, whatever. They just kept saying
it'll be water and bone broth.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And that's it. It's as long as you just kind of, especially because it's our first one. So I'm sure there's probably some hardcore people out there like, that's not 3-day fast. 3-day fast is water. Okay, well, we're trying to, it's our first one. We're just trying to ease into it. And this is the way
It's already started, correct?
Or no. I was going to say, so
I've started already.
Have you? Well, I guess I technically have to. I haven't eaten since last night. I'm on a 16-hour fast. No, I would ask if
I'm at 12.
If it's okay with everybody, if we could actually start it a week from Monday. I'll tell you why. So I'm having like some pretty hardcore dental work done this Thursday. What?
We're already all prepared.
No,
I saw Chris yesterday. He kind of said, "This is your last meal." I brought in.
No, we would have really. No, yeah. I would have. No, I'm sorry. Oh, did you guys because of the picture thing? No, we didn't ever say that. I'm sorry. The only reason I can't do it this week is because I'm having like 3 teeth pulled on Thursday. And
wouldn't this be the perfect time to do it?
When that's the time. This Thursday's the first day to eat.
It's 100% what I said. Right? It's 100% what I said. That's 100% what I was like. Well, wait a minute. I'm not. But here's the thing: if we start today, okay, that's Monday, Tuesday. So Sunday night to Monday night to Tuesday night to Wednesday night, and then I go in breaking my fast on Thursday right after the show. Dental stuff. Now I do everything I can to avoid it. You guys know how I feel about pills and stuff, but they did warn me. I will at least be being prescribed Norco and Vicodin. Not saying I'll use it. Yes, Chris, you can have it. But when I never, you got to pass my wife.
We're just joking.
Just joking. But they said not a good idea to go into that when your body is recovering. It could be. So that's my only request. I'm not trying to push it off. I'll show you the holes in my mouth if you want. Okay. I'm really going in.
I see one.
Huh? I'll bring him in a little baggie. I'll bring it like when you're a little kid, you lose. I want to do fairy happen when you're an adult.
Why wouldn't it?
Oh, right. I mean, why wouldn't it? So I should get like serious cat, at least $10 a tooth.
You're a big boy.
I'm a big boy. So my only request would be Monday.
A week from today.
We start. We come in. So that would mean Sunday night is our last meal.
Yeah.
Of the fast, not forever.
And then what? Thursday.
Morning. And then so
Thursday.
We'll go Sunday night to Monday night to Tuesday night to Wednesday night. You break the fast. Right?
What did we ever deem the amount? Because wasn't there 72 or was it 80?
I thought it was like 84.
Oh, I thought it was 70.
So I think it's like Sunday night to Thursday morning.
I will do whatever the group says.
Whatever.
Here's my suggestion. I would suggest the first time we break the fast Wednesday evening. Here's why. Do we really want to come into work having our first meal that morning and God knows whatever effects go with it? Or would you rather ease in with a little rice and broth or whatever you're going to do the night before? So at least you're home for whatever you're like, I don't care.
I'm in for whatever we're doing.
Chris?
Maybe it's working so well we don't even eat that week.
Yeah. Well, I don't
know how we're going to feel.
I've never done it before. I can't speak to that. I can tell you if I'm in Vegas betting, I'm definitely going to want to eat at the end of the 72 hours. I will want to eat. And I don't know. I have a feeling that the biggest challenge is probably not going to be like the actual hunger. It's going to be the habit of I'm not eating. okay, I need to fill the time. I'm going to play some video games. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I want to eat really bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we realize, but I don't even know if it's fair to say we, because I think we all know, like, hey, I ate this. I ate this.
Yeah.
But the amount of times, especially right now or with the last 2 weeks when just people bring food over, there's just food everywhere. It just seems like, I'll just walk by like, I'll have that chip, that cracker, that piece of fruit, that cheese, that whatever, just a little bite-sized thing. You go, man, you just can't do any of that.
Are you, as a matter of fact, Jason, aren't the Kings I know the Kings are about to go on a road trip. I wonder if they'll still be on the road for our fast. Mm-hmm. So that's good. So you don't have to go do the whole.
No, actually, I think being at the game would be easier for
really?
me personally. And just another distraction.
But then coming in here, you're not going to have like.
I could control that. And there's no food really generally in here. Yeah.
But Jason, the dinners are so good. I don't think you're going to want to miss those.
As we go to break, thanks to whoever popped this in, Jason, I have some good news for you. Did you see it?
That might be from me.
Is that from you? Oh, did you do this?
What do you mean?
Look at this. Or is this from a while? Oh, that's from yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I have some good news for me.
I think it was just signed out. I was on there yesterday on that computer and then signed out.
Somebody sent me, sent us it on the text line. Yeah, look at that. Breaking, do we have a pronunciation? Aguille?
I don't know. I saw that yesterday too.
Aguille Hall, apologies if I got that wrong, has committed to Sac State. The former 5-star recruit has gone from Alabama to Texas to University of Central Florida, but never officially joined the team. So wide receiver Aguille Hall has gone from Alabama to Texas to UCF to brand new football powerhouse Sacramento State University.
Stingers up.
Stingers just flying through the air. Look out. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll lead it off. A lot of King stuff to talk about, and you're going to have to, there's a good idea, breakfast in the studio. That
would be the first. Okay.
Yeah, we could do
Thursday or whatever day.
I got a hot plate.
You do.
I do have a hot plate. So we're going to do a lot of, a lot of Kings today. Also, forgive me. I've been gone. I do have takes. I know we're winning right now, but I do have some thoughts that have been left over.
News.
It is technically old news. So we'll do that as well. It'll be a fun reunion show, a very special edition of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Chris Roulade right after this.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one. And if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
It's
a wire win for the Sacramento.
Why does it sound weird?
I don't know, but reboot.
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot the G-Man. Here we go. Cut 1.
Kings have it. Shot clock's off. 12 seconds to go, and the final seconds countdown. It looks like it's going to be a final margin of a 30-point wire-to-wire win for the Sacramento Kings. And for the first time in a year, the Kings now have a 4-game winning streak. Doug Christie is the interim head coach, enjoying the fact that his club has won 4 out of 5 since he took the reins, and they'll try to build on that tomorrow night against, Heat Ball Club that is going to be fully engaged and hopeful of making some kind of a statement after an embarrassing loss to the Utah Jazz.
Hey.
Hey.
By the way, and I mean this with all love, of course, is De'Aaron not the only one hurting right now? Sounds like G-Man is a little hoarse. Or is that just from the end of amazing game?
So many points and so many highlights.
Love the G-Man. Just want to make sure all is well.
All is well.
129 to 99. And Jason, dare I say, wasn't that close.
Did the Warriors try?
They even tried. Well, with Steph not playing.
That's fair. That's right. Steph wasn't there.
Oh, no, he played.
Oh, he was there?
But Draymond was out.
Oh, that's right. No. Yeah. Clay wasn't there.
Clay was not. That is true. Clay was not there. They were missing Jonathan Kuminga, but I do not think that mattered.
Gary Payton II?
Gary Payton II.
He missed.
Okay. Kevon Looney once again dominated. Oh, nope, he didn't at all. No. 22, 13, and 7 on 10 of 13 for Domantas Sabonis. So
the series is now 4-4.
Series is now 4-4. 129.99. And obviously the thought to take out of the game itself, which is obvious to you, me, Chris, we're going to talk about it all day long, is has De'Aaron Fox been holding them back?
It's time.
It's time. That's proof. Yes. Of course, we're going to, it's one of those things where like nobody wants to talk about it, but I guarantee there are plenty of people that were thinking about it. And no, I wasn't busy last night doing on the ESPN trade machine.
I can't remember which, because it's been a while when we were all in studio, but there was a game that they had that it finished, they won, and you came and you said, I think that's my favorite win of the year.
Houston.
Okay. Yep. Makes a lot of sense. Yep. Does this, I don't know if it would be my favorite per se, but I think it was their best performance wire to wire, both ends of the floor.
Yes, it was.
I mean, maybe there's another game in the but this has to be on the list.
Two of my 3 favorite wins have happened in the last 2 games. I loved that Memphis win. That was gritty, hustle,
chippy,
little chippiness, some skirt. And by the way, been some chipperoos going on lately. You had some yesterday, as a matter of fact.
They got a little too close to that beam, and now they're firing.
Now they're fired up. They got beamed. They got some beam on them. Excuse me. Is that some beam on your arm? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Leave it. Yeah.
Leave it to Beamer.
Hey! Frank Beamer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't you drive a Beamer?
No.
I just
drive. I had one once. It's not a great car. The one I had. Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah. Balance beam.
Damn. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
So yeah, they
did the thing.
They did the thing, and it was fun to watch the thing. And it took until about 10 minutes left in the fourth till I kind of started at least to relax, because going into the fourth, and I'm sure.
That's a 4-0 run.
I'm like, that's exactly, because I even said if they can just avoid getting outscored 30-0,
yes,
they're going to win.
And they did.
But the way the fourth started was sloppy and lame.
Yeah.
Which, never mind. And I'm like, no, here it comes. Yeah. It's just,
we can't have nice things.
That's going to take a long time to get that PTSD out.
Yeah.
Great win for the Kings. Best win of the year. I mean, you're at Golden State. You blow them out like the beam chance in San Francisco. I love the Houston win. I love the Memphis win. I'd really love to see a Miami win tonight.
That'd be great.
That would be wonderful. Yeah. No Jimmy Butler.
No, and James is out.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later, because I think there's some parallels, or really absolutely zero parallels, between what's going on in Miami and the talk here. So we'll speak on that. In the meantime, cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Waiting.
Niners end the year 6-11,
Woof.
and on the road 2-6. They end the year with 4 straight losses and 1-7. After going to Tampa Bay and winning out of the bye to go to 5-4, they wind up 6-11. 47-24, Arizona beats the Niners.
They finished 1-7. Oh,
gotta say, Anthony Carter looked really good cheering his son Devin on during the Memphis game.
Good point.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Also, can I say this about Devin Carter? And I mean this, look at me. Of course. I mean, look who it's coming from. But
I don't think you even have to say anything, but we all agree.
What So what's going on with the hair? I don't know. Like, I feel like he's in between things. I haven't figured out.
Where's he in between?
I don't know. But
what are the cross streets?
It's like it's long, but it's shaved, but it's in a ponytail. But I don't know. It's very curly. He has a lovely mane of hair. I just don't want it to end up like. Have you ever looked at Trae Young? Trae Young looks like he got out of bed every day. Like if there are pictures of Trae Young where it's just like, what are you doing?
He's in the Trae Young, Trey Lance, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. That is the neighborhood he's living in. And I through the years, I don't know why, but when it comes to basketball players, I weirdly pay attention to hair. And so like De'Aaron Fox. I'm used to it now, but I'm not gonna lie. Old De'Aaron Fox hair greater than sign new De'Aaron Fox hair. That was just so awesome.
It's because they made him take away his headband.
It's so stupid. You used to have the little visors that had the De'Aaron. I love the De'Aaron Fox hair. Chris Birdman Anderson with the long hair. I wonder. I want to know. I would love to ask him, but this is one of those things where like you can't ask him because it sounds like you're being insulting, and it couldn't be further from the truth. He has a unique hairstyle. I want to know what the journey was. Is he trying to figure it out still? Are we on the journey? Is it a very specific thing? Is it an homage to somebody? Is it just what he likes? I'm not saying it looks bad. Right. I'm saying I want to know the hairstyle. I want to know the story behind it because it sounds like he's going to be, famous last words, a really big part of the foundation of this Kings team. So, can you imagine, by the way, if they traded him? Anyone else thought that, by the way, that, he's played a couple games and they're after some people and showcase him a little bit?
I would say anything is possible.
Can you imagine the wrath from this fan base over
the wrath would be over that.
The wrath if Devin Carter got traded tomorrow, let's say, would be. See what happened right there?
Turn the world upside down.
It would turn the world upside down, and things of green tea would mysteriously fall off of piles of bone broth. Anyway, Jim Beam, good job, Texas. All right, cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Wait. Welcome to
Sacramento.
Right? Welcome to Miami. Oh. I thought we were going to just do that for the whole song.
No, I was ready for it.
You know what? Yeah. Why does Sacramento have a song? Oh, Sacramento does have a song like that, by the way.
We do?
Are you kidding me?
The heat is on.
Yeah. That's fine. In fact, they're here right now, huh?
Oh, yeah. You want to call them? All of them.
You want to call all the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to. But they're sleeping right now at the old Sawyer, getting ready for today. No Jimmy Buckets. That's not happening. And a trap game, but I hope they hope they win. All right, we're going to break here anyways, right? I mean, you guys thought that Miami song was cool. It's nothing like this. Middle of the road. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Take that heat.
Bring it.
How does Lodi have a better song than we do?
Disagree. That's stuck in Lodi. Sing, ring, ding, ding.
No, all right. That's the thing. Sing, ring it.
No, I added the ring it ding part. You've never heard this?
I have.
You've played it for us.
Yeah, but I forgot about that punchy.
Yeah. This is the live version that's lip synced, but the video of it, I think they're in Italy or something. They're like rolling through the streams of Sacramento in a boat. It's definitely not
the American River.
No. Oh, it's in. Of course. Oh, here's the bridge. All right, we'll take a break. The Tower Bridge. When we come back, the Kings beat the Warriors, and we have audio for you. It's a wonderful time to be in Sacramento. We'll be right back after this.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
There's a reason why more and more people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. And it's not just because they're centrally located next to Hagan Oaks Golf Course. It's because they make the car buying experience different than anywhere else. Yeah, of course they can get you a great price. That's the easy part. Where their general manager, Chuck Dean, and his team really make a difference is they don't believe you should have to sacrifice great customer service to get a great deal. Stomp on in today and see for yourself. That's Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the place where a handshake still means something.
I'm back, and I'm better than ever.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
It's gonna step on whomever.
Yeah. Welcome back. Good to be back. Good to be here. Good to be with you.
Yes.
Things are great when the Kings are winning. They're better than when they're losing.
I agree with that.
Coming up at 6:44, our first batch of old news. We'll talk about this De'Aaron Fox conundrum a little bit and have some leftover takes there. And then at 7:28, again, this is just completely self-serving because I wasn't here. I know you guys covered it, but I have thoughts on the Mike Brown situation and how that was handled and all that stuff. And
beautifully.
Never mind. I was gonna say, honestly, makes other workplaces and the way they handle things look amazing.
He did say it.
I did, but I wasn't specific on the workplace. Could be any workplace.
Right. Fill in the blank.
Philip in the blank. Yeah. bottom line is, and by the way, and I'm very aware that there's, and I get it, there's something to be like, we just won 4 in a row. Can we? No. We do need to talk a little bit about it because what is past is prologue, and it needs to be talked about because we don't want stuff like that to happen anymore.
Yeah, and it's happened again.
And I'm not talking about firing a coach.
Right.
I'm talking about the perpetual unprofessional and just ding-dongity way that this franchise handles crap like that. And look, I'm going to use a word that I don't often use because I think it is really, I think it's insulting. It's cowardly is the word. And that is today's word. Not a fan of that. We'll get to that momentarily. In the meantime, De'Aaron Fox out with an ailing butt cheek, as I like to say, because I'm 12. He took that horrible fall, all jokes aside, and God, it could be so much worse. So much worse. Can you imagine? I was thinking too, right in front of his wife and kid who were feet away. I'm surprised she didn't jump up and roundhouse kick the guy. I don't think there was intent, by the way, on that. I think it's a dangerous play, but I don't think there was any intent. I'm glad they called the flagrant, but he went down, was able to finish up, but no. I know you and I would be out for 17 weeks.
Yeah. Well, the irony of the play for the moment, like it happened, everybody's scared. Then there's a review. There's a long review. And, in the arena, we can look. Memphis, their whole sideline's going, 4 like, because De'Aaron got, but it all seemed like part of the play. And I'm thinking, they're reviewing this. If they by chance call a foul on Fox first, this place is going to, and then they're like, excessive contact, flagrant, 2 shots of the ball, he's fouled out. You're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, that would have, that might have, you know what? That might have been so bad, that might have spawned a refs you suck chant.
I've never heard that.
It's happened.
Yeah. And the sequence, by the way, right after they make the 2 free throws, then they play the best game of keep away of all time that ends up in a DeRozan reverse dunk. And it was like, oh, man.
Yeah, where did that come from?
That was awesome.
Did he have one of these electrolyte packets before the game? Mine.
And some broth.
Did you see, who was it? Was it, I think it was Nikola Vucevic tweeted to DeMar DeRozan yesterday. He was like, you can still dunk. So no Fox. So a short-handed Sacramento Kings. To be fair, the Warriors are missing Jonathan Kuminga.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, advantage Warriors and that back and forth. And you had a feeling as early as you possibly could that Malik Monk was going to take advantage of his buddy being out.
Out to Monk, slashes inside, challenged by Jackson Davis, slips to the left hand and scores the first 2 points of the ball game.
Offensive rebounds is a conversation we will get to, but early on made a difference for your Sacramento Kings.
It's the shot clock hit 10. Here's to Keon Ellis. Right back to Domas. Behind the back flip goes to Keegan Murray. Out to Sabonis. Set shot for 3. Front rim short. Keegan gets the offensive rebound. Second chance to DeRozan. To Ellis. Back to Debo on the left wing in 3-point range. Shot clock at 6. Starts to move to the left. Pulls up. 17-footer off the dribble is no good. Sabonis for the offensive rebound. To Keon Ellis. Left corner for 3. He scores the triple. And the Kings enjoy a 10-3 start in this one.
It's nice to see. Just second chance, third chance, blah, blah, blah. And actually, I've often thought the Kings, it seems like every other year, and this is no exception, the Kings lead the league by a mile. This is just perception. They lead the league in a mile on either great defense for 23 and a half seconds and then some fall away 3-pointer goes in, or great hands in the passing lane, deflects off a guy's hip, off a nose, off an ear to another dude for a wide open 3. It just seems like that always flipping happens.
I'd agree.
It's good to see some of that happen on the other end. Keon Ellis and Malik Monk in the backcourt looked fantastic. We'll talk about DeMar DeRozan a little bit later. I have thoughts on DeMar DeRozan and, all that as well. But the lead just kept building and building and building. And you worried, when are the Warriors going to get back in? Let's fast forward, beginning of the second, and things got a little nerve-wracking here. A little bit of nerves.
Draymond Green, top of the foul circle, to the free throw line. Out to Curry. Quick launch for three. Fouled and scored. DeRozan got a piece. Curry on the seat of his pants, vigorously applauding, as we have seen him do so many different times in his amazing career.
Speaking of records, like, it's anybody ever gotten 2 4-point plays in a row, basically? What the hell is
this
that?
team fouls 3-point shooters a little too much for my liking, too.
Little too much, especially a guy like Steph Curry.
Here's Curry with a straightaway deep three. Scores it. Favorable bounce, and he was fouled again. This time it was Sabonis who challenged out on top, and Curry will get a chance for his second 4-point play in recent minutes.
That to me is the key play of the game. And for me, the most important aspect of last night's game. You got Steph Curry basically with 2 4-point plays in a row. It goes from 40 to 29 to 40 to 35.
And count the free throw to 36.
That's a 4-point deficit for the Warriors. The fans are into it. Oh, that's cute, Kings. You came out and you had your little run in the beginning, but now we're going to settle in, and here comes Steph, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
And not going to lie, I'm sitting there thinking I'm not hate watching last night. Like, I'm into it, and I'm cheering, and I'm having a great time. But in the back of my head, and in the middle of my head, it has moved from the back to the middle now, but not the front of the head. I'm thinking, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I don't want to go overboard, Jason, and be like, well, a Mike Brown team would have but I think these are one of those times where, Mike Brown aside, a guy like Doug Christie can get in these guys' ears, get in the huddle and be like, no, not happening. We're not doing this. Keep your head in the game. Keep grinding. And they grounded it out.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot more highlights to come. We'll take a break. Jason's going to talk a little bit about Gonzalez Law, which I missed, as a matter of fact. And when we come back, De'Aaron Fox and the conundrum that is and what it isn't. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, that's right. Let me tell you about Gonzalez Law right here in town, locally, right here in Sacramento, downtown Sacramento, to be specific. The law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. SacLegalDefense.com. The phone number is 916-304-9187. You need some representation for whatever the situation might be. You don't know where to go, who to call. Well, I'm telling you, SacLegalDefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez for expungements, sexual harassment cases, whether it's criminal defense, auto accidents, wrongful termination, whatever the situation might be, go with someone with incredible case preparation and an aggressive attitude that resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients. Again, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez local can be reached right here in town. Someone to represent you that has had success, that does care about your situation, and will help you out. Again, SacLegalDefense.com, 916-304-9187.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? It seems impossible to find them. Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My mother faced the same challenges that I had growing up. She was smoking, so I started smoking too. My mom got sick. Seeing her on a breathing machine, I had to open my eyes. Do I want to be another product of my environment or help change the world?
Keenan ended the cycle of nicotine addiction in his family. You can too. For free support, text Kick Nicotine to 66819 today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with an adjustable base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
That's my contribution. If I was a music producer, needs more of that.
You know that part?
Yeah, can you add in the Yeah, it's catchy. It's like Dr. Dre in his heyday, in his Dre day. Every song would have that freaking whatever song it was.
God's plan.
Somebody, he would throw in he'd throw in some sort of squeaky in the back. If you go back and listen, there's always a squeaky in the background. And I think that's 100% as to why all those songs were good.
Squeaky.
It was the squeaky in the background. Speaking of squeakies in the background. All right. So the Kings blew out the Warriors last night on the road, which of course means they're better without De'Aaron Fox. That's the conclusion we're all coming to, of course.
Are the Warriors better without Steph? They won on Saturday, but lost on Sunday.
Is Steph the problem?
Yeah.
Is Steph washed? Look, I don't want to make fun of it because I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, so what are some of these deals like? And I took pictures of them so I could tell them myself. I'm like, all right, what would be the deal here? So like, what about Fox and Herter for Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams, Shaden Sharp, and Duop Reith, right? It's not sexy, but I'm trying to think of moves where you kind of supplement. You get your backup center, you got your 3/4. I'm like, okay, we could do. Here's the. Let's just have fun. What about Fox and DeRozan for Zion, Herb Jones, and Eve Missy? What about that? No, New Orleans probably wouldn't do that. Okay, and I'm going through all this stuff. Right? I'm just I think you look at what Jimmy Butler, what's going on with Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. That's a problem. Okay. I'm not trying to like stand in front of De'Aaron Fox and say he's handled everything perfectly and everything. He does. The problem with De'Aaron Fox is that De'Aaron Fox is never going to be. He's never, ever, ever going. By all this, my opinion. Never going to be the guy that I think some people want him to be. He's never going to be the Kobe, Michael Jordan type. He's not going to live, eat, and breathe assassin. De'Aaron, by all accounts, is a guy that is pretty level-headed. He's polite. He loves his family. Loves to play video games. You don't see him doing a lot of commercials. You don't see him doing tons and tons of interviews. He doesn't have a podcast. He likes to go play basketball. He does it very well. And then he goes home and he hangs out with his family. And you're not seeing De'Aaron at clubs. You're not seeing De'Aaron on stage. And by the way, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying that's just not who he is. I think there's some people. So like after the game, right? Kings lost by 15. He hugs and smiles and hugs one of the opponents. He should kick him in the face. You should be so angry. And then even after the look, it was a horrible, horrible foul and just a brain freeze against Detroit. And then afterwards, you have the press conference, whatever, and they say, what are your thoughts or whatever. He says, doesn't really even matter what I say. I get it, but also sometimes I think we go too in depth. What he said, I think, was incredibly accurate. It doesn't matter what I say.
I still did it.
I did it, and it's not going to make it better. You're talking to a guy who's going through, along with his team, a funk. We've talked about how funny it would be if the press were at our jobs on bad days, and we just automatically assume it's different in sports, which it is a little bit. And he's like 20 minutes. He hasn't even taken a shower yet. He's 20 minutes removed from arguably costing the team a game, and it turns out getting the coach fired. Not everybody's going to be, a PR machine at that point. So I don't try to read into that being he doesn't care and he hates everything and he hates Mike Brown, he hates the team, and he middle fingered the fans and he killed a dog. Sometimes we do too much.
Right.
You know how I know he cares? This is the problem. He brings a coach on his honeymoon. He literally brought Luke Laux on his honeymoon. Every summer, we see videos of De'Aaron Fox in the gym. Not Ben Simmons in the gym where it's like 3 Instagram shot of the 2 shots he made out of 600 with a beat behind it. Like, he's sweating and working his ass off. We see it in how his game has improved. How he's second in the league in points scored. Remember the whole let's not do points per game?
Right.
He'd be second in the league right now. I think he's second or third in steals, I think. He's probably going to miss 1 game after taking that fall. Oh, and he's playing with an injured finger. Like, I don't – does De'Aaron Fox care? Yeah, a lot. Is he a psycho? No. And some people need a psycho. I get it. But that doesn't, look. That's as much as I'm going to stand in front of him.
Right.
The question now is, does he want out? Well, his agent came and visited. Oh, it's Rich Paul. Guess what? Here's a fun thing. If his agent was Freddie McGibbleholter, we would barely even know anything about it. Here's a news flash for everybody. Agents visit all the time and have issues. You know what we didn't hear a lot about? We mentioned it. Do you know what we didn't hear a lot about? We didn't hear a ton about how Marvin Bagley's agent visited and basically screamed at Monty McNair for an hour. That happened. It was talked about. Like, it was reported. But, okay, because it's Marvin Bagley, I get it. Do you have any idea how often people's agents visit GMs and bitch about stuff? It's like...
well, and the timing was probably about as worse as it gets.
Yes.
The team is in one of their most downward spirals.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
And you know what De'Aaron Fox basically said? I love Sacramento. I want to play here he literally talked about how cool it would be to play for the same team for his entire career. I love Sacramento. I want to be here. I also want to be in the playoffs perennially, and I want to contend for a championship. I want to win a championship in my career. And the next deal I sign is going to be the biggest and longest deal of my career. And it's also going to be like I'm in like the first year of my prime. That contract's going to take me through my entire prime. I would like to spend my prime gunning for a championship, and I would like to do that here. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with that statement? I mean, literally, can anybody now, if you want to say, well, De'Aaron, you're part of the problem, I mean, fine. I disagree with that, but fine. But what in God's name is wrong? You have Jimmy Butler, who's like, I need to find my joy while making $50 million playing basketball in Miami for Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra.
And still wanting at 35 another contract.
Yeah, at 35 and declining. I'm a Jimmy Butler stan. I said 4 years ago, Jimmy Butler to me would have been the perfect player on this team. The perfect player on this team. And attitude-wise, he kind of still is. And defense-wise, he kind of still is, but not for the price tag and not for what he's going to want. So get the whole Jimmy Butler thing out of your head. I don't have any issues with, and I don't understand how anyone has any issues. I would like to stay here. I would like to not rebuild or be 500. And what fan doesn't agree? Is there a fan out there that doesn't agree 100% with De'Aaron Fox in wanting to contend perennially and do better, including himself? So I have any problems with that. I think the question is, not is De'Aaron Fox good for the Sacramento Kings? Of course he is. He's top 7 in scoring, number 2 in total scoring. He's right there in steals. He's threatening to be on an all-defensive team this year. That's how good he is. His percentages are up his numbers are up almost completely across the board, except for three-point percent. But the valid question is, do the Kings have enough in the backcourt to justify moving him, much like they moved Halliburton, to augment their front court and be a better team overall? And I think the answer might be yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say they should look at trading De'Aaron Fox, it has nothing to do with any of the other stuff. It has to do with, I want to win a championship. And is this team better with Malik Monk, Keon Ellis, and Devin Carter rotating your backcourt with whoever the hell? And if you're able to move a De'Aaron Fox for a flipping all-star caliber style 4, some serious bench pieces, like a good, solid backup, like a real, not Alex Len, God bless, but a real backup 5, and maybe another wing, maybe a couple of picks.
Right.
You got to look at that, and you got to ask, hey, dude, what are we doing here? Because we can do this. Is this really, really, really? And you may need to take it out of his hands. I think that's a very valid conversation.
Absolutely. If I'm that front office of the Kings, I don't think I'm seeking that.
Right.
But I also then go, look, this is a road we can go.
Uh-huh.
And if we think this could make us better, you have to look at that.
You have to make this isn't show friends.
Right.
It's show business.
But it could be, I mean, it may not even be on their radar, but I think everything should be in play.
We'll take a break. When we come back, as Chris is yelling, break, do your jobs. When we come back, we'll do Kings Rewind in person. I'm very happy about that. Kings Rewind, a double dipper, if you will. Grizzlies and Warriors right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Happy New Year! Coach Christie here letting you know it's never been easier to drive into the new year in a new Kia. Take advantage of special low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit right now at Folsom Lake Kia.
Got a drain that's clogged up? Or maybe a toilet? Or a faucet that just won't quit leaking? Kenny and Jerry are here from Bell Brothers, and we want you to know that it does make a difference which plumber you call.
At Bell Brothers, we respect your time by showing up when we say we'll be there. Our technicians are all background checked and drug tested, and will greet you with a smile.
They're trained to do the job right the first time, and they carry over 1,000 parts on their trucks, so they won't have to order something and then come back later.
They leave the work area cleaner than they found it, and your final bill will be the same as they quoted. That's why they call us the No Surprise Guys.
So if you need a plumber, it does make a difference who you call. Call Bell Brothers. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. Single Care works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check Single Care to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers, too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
We'll talk more about De'Aaron Fox a little bit later. Shout out to my guy Russell, who actually had some positive tweets over the weekend.
Wait, say that again.
I know, yeah.
Because I don't think I heard that correctly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, you read from Russell when you're not on the shit doing the show?
Well, he on Twitter. He tweets. He'll reply to something I tweeted. I got to acknowledge. Yeah, acknowledge the good with the bad. And he said, "Actions speak louder than words, Dave." In regards to Fox, and this is where the mental disconnect comes in. Like, we can have a conversation about De'Aaron Fox, but it has to be intellectually honest. What are his actions? His actions are he's 6th in points per game, 2nd in points overall. He plays through pain. He loves the city. He supports local business. I mean, and I know you don't want to hear about what a good guy he is, but he's a good guy.
That's also having a very good season.
Who's also having a very good season on both sides of the ball and wants to be here. And you know what in Sacramento that we've had a lot of since 1985? Top all-star caliber players entering their prime in the NBA that literally want to be in Sacramento and embrace the city. I mean, golly, that happens all the time. Wait, no, it doesn't. Actions. His actions. If you're saying his actions speak louder than words, ding-a-ling, then quit getting wrapped up in what he said at a press conference. You're literally putting his words over his actions. Shake your head, flush it, take a pill, drink a Frosty. I don't know. Criminy on a stick.
Yeah, all that.
All right. Kings Rewind. Jason Ross, Chris Rolla, take it away, please.
Wow, we were adjusting on the fly.
Chris said funny things in our ear.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to give the background of that in a minute.
Take it away.
All right, here we go. Well, life moves fast in the NBA. It was just 1 week prior that the Kings had fired Mike Brown and named Doug Christie the interim head coach.
We're all going to be like three little Fonzies here.
The Kings' mini 2-game winning streak was boosted because Dallas was playing without stars Luka, Kyrie, and Clay. When they played the Sixers, Philly was without Joel Embiid. So Friday night, the Grizzlies were in town and would be playing without Ja Morant.
There once was a bear who was easily scared.
For the Kings, it would be another game without starter Keegan Murray.
Since the rejection, a great sadness has enveloped me. I kept expecting this dark feeling to pass, but it's only gotten worse.
The intensity, the skill level, and scoring was on display early between both teams.
You want some? Come get some.
Trey Lyles has been hot, and he started sizzling hot as he came in for the first time and scored 11 first-quarter points.
He was an unlikely rebel, and to me, he's our greatest Canadian.
To end the first, the Kings got a De'Aaron Fox buzzer beater, and that meant a 14-point lead and 46 points for Sacramento.
He sucks! Oh, damn it. You always cut that part off.
God's plan.
The game also marked the much-anticipated NBA debut of Kings lottery pick Devin Carter.
Mr. Carter.
The first quarter goodwill the Kings built was erased after allowing the Grizzlies to counter with a 40-point second quarter.
Oh, no! We suck again!
We're all out of cash.
The second half began, and it was in a matter of seconds, Keon Ellis picked up 3 quick fouls. He looked at interim head coach Doug Christie, and DC didn't flinch and left him in with 4 fouls.
One more.
No!
Give me one more.
Those 3 fouls, though, would assist in putting the Kings in the penalty early, and Memphis shot a lot of free throws in the third quarter, helping them come back.
Mr. Fisher, can I talk to you for a second? Back off, coach, if you want to stay in this game.
Did you slightly roll your R on free throws by accident? Because that was amazing.
Free throws? I did not know. For the bulk of the game, the Kings led, while the Kings' leading scorer, De'Aaron Fox, was struggling, but the Kings were getting help from everyone else.
Always got that on my own. I never really cared until I met you.
We are all in on the Kings, but it was cool to see local product Jalen Wells pick up his career high of 30 points as the rookie went off in front of a ton of family and friends.
I had 1,274 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, what do you have, like 120 people there?
It was crazy. It didn't let Eric get any tickets.
Oh, right?
The Anderson had
tickets.
The fourth quarter for the Kings featured Fox, DeRozan, and Monk as they scored all 36 points in the quarter.
Get the pump out of my face. Get the pump out of my face.
The intensity of the game ramped up in crunch time, and a scary moment came when De'Aaron Fox went for the exclamation point, but took a hard spill after the 6th and final foul on Jaren Jackson Jr.
And I will strike down upon thee with great and fears. My name is the Lord, when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
In the end, the Kings would win. That's 3 in a row, and Doug Christie starts his coaching career at 3-1, joining only Jerry Reynolds and Gary St. Jean as Sacramento Kings coaches to ever do that.
I just want to tell you it was a real pleasure watching you work.
Gary Reynolds and Jerry St. Jean.
Yes.
Classics.
Hello, Beam, my old friend.
Hello, Beam, my old friend.
Up next, the first matchup of the season against the Golden State Warriors.
You're a coward! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me!
Sunday in San Francisco, the Kings would play the Warriors for the first time this season.
Your trolleys are stupid. They make you look like a child.
The local rivalry has been good over the last couple of seasons. 2 years ago, the Warriors ended the Kings season, and last year, Sacramento ended the Warriors season.
Yo, home, smell you later!
Sunday, the Warriors would welcome back Steph Curry. The Kings would play without De'Aaron Fox for the first time this season.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
Another wrinkle to this story, former King Buddy Hield is now a member of the Warriors.
I need you to open up your ears and hear this.
Nobody wants you here. They never wanted you here. That whole locker room's afraid to say it, not me. So get out.
I love the Warriors getting the Buddy Hield experience.
The Kings also welcome back Keegan Murray.
I miss this place. Back where I belong. Everything is perfect.
Sacramento got off to a quick start and hit the Warriors with an offensive blitz and some lockdown defense.
Down. Put.
Sacramento's 15-point first quarter lead was cut to 4 after the Warriors hit a couple of 4-point plays.
You gotta be joking me.
Immediately following that, the Kings responded with a quick 11-0 spurt to open the lead right back up.
Yeah!
Malik Monk filled in on the point guard role and cruised to a first half double-double.
I'm a pizza guy.
Yeah, he is.
The Kings were forcing Golden State to make mistakes, and the Kings were scoring off all those turnovers.
Give me that.
At halftime, the lead ballooned to 24.
Wow.
Damn!
Yeah.
The third quarter got worse for the home team as the Warriors head coach was even begging the officials for a flop call that earned him a technical.
Dork.
Quarter number 3 also saw a thrilling, crowd-stunning dunk by Malik Monk.
Ow. Ow.
With the lead at 30 after 3, Steve Kerr called it and cleared his bench. Moments later, Doug Christie did the same.
I'll accept it.
The Kings, for just the third time this season, won in wire-to-wire fashion.
I'm better than you. And you know it.
Doug Christie is now the only coach in Sacramento Kings history to win 4 of his first 5 games.
The history of the world's future is on the TV right now.
That's good.
We need to record this so you can show your children this tape and say you were there.
That is 4 straight wins for the Kings.
That is 4.
I can't lose.
And with a blowout, they got some rest for some guys for tonight's back-to-back against the Miami Heat at G1C.
I'm happy.
And Sacramento will search for a 5th straight win and a season sweep of the Heat. And now you know how those 2 games went.
I hope the Heat are off tonight.
Yeah. It's a jam, by the way.
It is 100% a jam. It is a timeless jam. It is a timeless jam.
Well done, Chris.
Well done, Chris. Well done, Jason Ross. And since we only have 1 minute left to celebrate yesterday, I wanted to play you something. This is, remember the song "Wasn't Me" by Shaggy?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I say thumbs up.
It's okay.
Better
than I thought it would be.
I would listen to an entire album of songs like that done by Disturbed. By the way, that's just some dude.
Oh,
it's not even AI. It's like some dude in glasses. That I also saw some guy in a beard do a song as Cartman. I think. That's people are talented. Jason Ross, much like our Sacramento Kings. We'll take a break here. When we come back, 3 for Madness. What has changed over the last 4 games? But besides the coach, but let's analyze everyone. What has changed in the Sacramento Kings so much over the last 4 games besides the coach and their winning? We'll talk about Mike Brown, Doug Christie, and Devin Carter as well. Coming up later on in the program, by the way, Also have a very telling Malik Monk quote for you. Matt Barrows will join us at 9 to wrap up the San Francisco 49ers season. So we will squeeze in a teensy bit of football there. And with 4 down territory, we'll take a quick 30-second break, a quick word from Jason Ross, and then we're back with 3 for Madness next.
Plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, branding is very, very important. We know that for businesses. We just know that as an identifier, and that's why you need to look for the red ribbon logo. And that logo is synonymous with the great people at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Others have tried to compare to them and duplicate them, but they are at the top of the game. And if you're looking for a fresh look to your home with new garage doors or a quick repair to your existing doors, then the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is where you need to go. And if you're happy with your home's look, that's fine. But if you want to improve it, boost it, give it better curb appeal, make you feel better, and get that great return on investment, then this is the group you need to deal with. And when you're working with Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you're also connected with a family-owned and operated company that's been thriving in our area for 70-plus years. They're incredible people. They've been serving Sacramento in 9 counties surrounding our city. They've also got a deal for you. Mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and you'll receive $100 off your new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. So make your house feel good, make it pop, and have that new garage door you are proud of. It's residential, commercial as well, or even repairs to existing doors. You can check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original Overhead Door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Well, I just learned something from Paul Riddle.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna blow my mind. So somebody asked, it was actually Ralph Sampson in the chat. That's the username.
Oh, Ralphson. Okay. Hey, Ralph.
Said, hey, what was the Pat Benatar song you guys played or something like that? And he's referring to the song Alone by Heart, right?
Oh.
That was played during the whole thing, which was a cover. Heart covered Alone. From a song by Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, who recorded it under the name I-10 on their 1983 album, Taking a Cold Look. It was later recorded by Valerie Stevenson and John Stamos on the original soundtrack of the CBS sitcom Dreams in 1984. Heart covered it on their 87 album Bad Animals, and that version reached #1 in the U.S. and Canada. I guess Celine Dion covered it later, too. Who cares? But
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So would that be added to your list of the cover better than the original?
100%. Well, hold on. I haven't listened to the original yet.
But
I will do that during the break. But there's no way. There's no way anybody sings that song better than Ann Wilson and her sister Ann. There's no way. Probably. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
What has changed in the Kings over the last 4 games?
Coach. And they've been winning. See, those are the 2 things I said not to say. That was a funny little bit I did. Desire. Heart. Speaking of. And I don't mean that like they didn't want to win before, and I don't mean that they didn't have heart before. But what were we saying leading up to Mike Brown's firing? Something's wrong. Something is terribly wrong in this locker room. And we can poke into Mike Brown's rotations or lack thereof. We can poke into his lack of using Keon Ellis. And there are some X's and O's things we can question. But overall, these guys are flying all over the place. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. And that is very, very noticeable. And whether that's just Mike Brown's not here or Doug Christie's instilling it or a combination, whatever it is, they're just more intense, and it's very noticeable.
Yeah, I think the other areas I'd look at, I think the execution has been really good, and this team hadn't been executing well enough. I'm going to go to the game that I felt they stole the game prior to, who was the game prior to Memphis? Now I'm blanking, where they basically finished on a 15-0 run.
Oh,
why am I blanking on who was before Memphis?
Okay, wait, don't say anything. Nobody tell us. Hold on. It was Memphis, the
They beat
Warriors,
after Dallas, Philly.
Thank you, God.
Yeah. And the way that finished, look, those are the games they were losing. They were losing close games. They were losing games where they gave up runs to end the game. So execution has been one of them. And then I don't know if Dave, we were together, and I think we asked the question, like, if you could have one player like that, like picks up their level of play. And I said Trey Lyles. And I thought like he was not playing to a level. And I thought if he did what he can provide, like, is what the team might need more than just about anything, especially off the bench. And Trey Lyles is playing his best basketball by far.
100%.
And it just looks different. So I think between
7 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals and an assist last night in 24 minutes. He scored 7 points
and
on
I think
3
this was
shots.
his worst game. Not even like he was bad. He was really good, but just he's been consistently good lately. So between him, execution, and just kind of maybe a sense of I don't know, desperation they've been playing with, it's been good.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
How much of this is removing Mike Brown, and how much is elevating Doug Christie?
Well, would it be great if we could ask a player that question? And I wouldn't say he's responding to this exact question, but listen to these 2 sound bites from Malik Monk last night. Very telling, I think. And in order to listen to them, it would help if I actually turned up the volume. So here's Malik Monk and the very interesting sound
that
bite.
we bought into what DC doing. We all just bought into it right now, and we all feel good and we're confident in what he's saying.
We've all bought into what Doug Christie is doing. And here's the second part of that same quote.
He's a player. He played before, so I think he knows how to say it to us a little better than people that didn't play the game before. So that's all I feel like.
That, to me, is the most insight. Now, Malik Monk wears his heart on his sleeve. He didn't parse or mince words. By the way, Malik Monk had a good relationship with Mike Brown.
Yeah. I think a lot of players did.
But that's what we were talking about. They're not buying in. They're not buying what Mike's selling. He's lost them. Now, I could do, and you could do, we could do, the whole rest of the show on what does it say about the heart and soul of these players who are professionals getting paid a lot of money that they just tune out their coach. Wah, crybabies, whatever, so we're going to pacify you. And by the way, it's not an unfair point, I don't think. The Mike Brown was fired in large part, because of the players, not because of Mike Brown. Because of the play, you want to blame somebody, blame the players first and foremost. But you can't trade the whole roster.
Right.
And obviously, front office had to choose between the two. They chose the roster. And you're hearing really what I think is the most introspective quote to come out so far that confirms what we've been saying. They weren't buying in. Mike lost them, and Doug's got them right now.
I think one of the best examples of kind of capturing Malik's quote would be, I think, a moment everybody thought was really cool, and that was Doug taking the team on the roof.
Yes.
Mike Brown could have done that, and I think it would have been great. I think that lands 100% differently with Doug's messaging, too, because Doug knows what it's like to be a player in the city for the best team that this team has ever had and how close they ever were and what it means to the fans, this community, for this team to be a reflection of, kind of the city. And I think for Doug to say it like you're the light and it just, to me, I thought it was as good of a comment as he ever made. And again, Mike could have done it and that would have been great.
Sure.
I think that lands differently with Doug personally.
Somebody said something to me over the weekend, which both hit and scared me at the same time. They said, what Doug is doing so far in a very short sample size is everything we hoped Vlade would have done for the team. It's everything that we had hoped. There's never been a doubt Vlade loved the team, loved the city, loves us. He's just a great human who loves Sacramento.
Yeah.
Didn't work. One fateful decision changed the course of that whole thing. So far, in a very short sample size, that whole love of this team, love of this city, he lives here, his family's here, that's all coming out. It's great to see.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, please.
Question 3.
With the win streak and Devin Carter looking good early, has your opinion of the front office changed from a week ago?
Now listen, this isn't me before everybody freaks out. This isn't me saying, well, haha. Are you a fan of the front office? And would you give them? That's not what I'm asking with this question. What I'm saying is, let's take an approval rating from 1 to 10. 10 being we have the perfect front office, 1 being Carmichael Dave's running the front office. On that scale, I would say it was somewhere in the 2s or 3s about a week and a half ago. We're not at a 10. There are still issues to address, of course, and mistakes that were made, of course. We'll get to that a little bit later. What I'm saying is, I just have a feeling if I had put out a poll 2 weeks ago and had 2 questions in there, a week ago. Number 1, do you agree with the Mike Brown firing? I'm pretty sure it would have. Wait, as a matter of fact, I did do that. And it was 80-20 disagreed with the Mike Brown firing. How much you want to bet that percentage is a little bit different right now today? And number 2, would you include Devin Carter in a trade for Cam Johnson, whomever? Well, now all of a sudden, I'm not saying Devin Carter's Tyrese Halliburton or, look, it's like 3 games, dude. But I think people have seen what the front office has seen in Devin Carter. And by the way, if it turns out 2 years from now or a year from now, we're talking, and Monty would probably never say this publicly, but if they were to candidly say, we drafted Devin Carter because he was the best player available. We also sensed that there might be an issue with Fox. And now that he's been traded and Devin is our point guard of the future, blah, 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 or Malik is, and there may have, all of a sudden that draft looks a little bit different than you drafted an injured guard for an imbalance. The imbalance is still there. The front office still has some things to take care of. But the coach move is looking good so far. I'm really loving what I'm seeing with Devin Carter. So I would say if I was at a 2 or a 3 a week ago, I've probably moved up to a 5, 6-ish.
It's interesting because this is a lot of stuff I talked about last week before Carter came back. Mine hasn't changed a bit because I had less of an issue of them taking Carter in the draft. I think you do take best player available. Where the misstep is what you talked about. The balance of the roster was already off. And to me, I think you address that in free agency and trades. You draft, even if you have 10 guards and the best guard in the draft is your pick as a guard, take another guard and figure that out. But they didn't address the imbalance of the roster. So they still haven't done that, but I like Carter so far, and it gives them some options.
Are you going to feel better if they balance out that
I would.
By the trade deadline?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, right now, doesn't it look a little bit better when everybody's kind of playing better, but it doesn't mean like, hey, it's all figured out. But it just there's still some things they should look at. I mean, there's just still a small team, but they were small last night. Didn't seem to matter.
Would your grade change at all if they won a championship this year?
Of the front office?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
Yeah.
At least a B.
Yeah. Yeah.
B plus.
Yeah.
We'll take a break when we come back. All right. Forgive me because I was gone. I have thoughts on the Mike Brown situation, the handling of it. Just don't miss the next segment. I've been holding this in for a week and a half and not tweeting about it. So we'll get to that and then move on to more Kings, including the Jiffy Lube drive of the game right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from my good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at theaeway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
We're just listening to the I-10 version of Alone, the original. It's like a Heart got, like when your cassette tape would, like, if you or a record, you put it on
slower speed.
Just kind of same song, same harmony, just tuned down. That's why you guys tuned in, to get our review of the I-10 version of Hearts Alone. All right. Mike Brown got fired. Shocking. This is it. Breaking news. We had said on this very show that if they lost to Detroit, that Mike Brown was probably going to be gone. Pat on the back of the show, I think, because that wasn't really the prevailing thought. They lost to Detroit after losing to the Lakers at home and to Tyrese Halliburton. You just can't do that. You just can't do that. I think there's a difference between saying Mike Brown sucked and he deserved to get fired and they had to fire Mike Brown. Those are two completely different statements. I don't think Mike Brown sucks. I think he's a good coach and I think he's a better human. But for whatever reason, they tuned him out. Now, so many different things have been flying around, and I want to be very careful here because I want to acknowledge something. And I know there's I've seen other hosts get killed for this, and I kind of want to stand in front of them a little bit too. Like, there's a thing in media where you will allude to things and say, but I really can't get into that, or I don't want to get into that. And I know that pisses people off because it's like, well, then just don't say it. Don't play the whole, I know something, and you, I get it. Let me explain the thinking behind it when people do that, or at least what my thinking would be, and I think they share it. There's a difference between hearing it and knowing it. There's a difference between knowing it and being able to report it. And there's a difference in wanting to provide context and actually contextualizing. What I mean by that is you can hear from a number of people the thing, and you want to report the thing, but you can't report the thing because you didn't hear it from that person. Or you want to report the thing, but also, is it the right thing to report? Is it going to do more damage than good? Which, by the way, isn't your job as a journalist to do damage control for the team ever, whether you're the partner of them or not. It does not matter. There is more to the situation. There is stuff that will eventually come out, almost certainly from an out-of-town reporter that gets more and clear access. And here's another thing I'll lay out here. I saw somebody comment while I was gone too, saying, hey, local media should do their job, and did it. Local media is at every practice. They're at every game. They ask these questions. You want to blame somebody, blame the way teams handle their media, because the hardworking Jason Andersons and James Hams and Jason Rosses of the world and everybody else who's there, Matt George, everybody in the that's there all the time, they get what I like to call front view access. You get the surface stuff. Hey, what'd you think of that game tonight? What did you do there? Blah, 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 blah. What they don't get is we're making a trade. We're releasing this guy. We're firing this guy. Those go to Sam Amick. Those go to formerly Adrian Wojnarowski, Shams Charania, because of the politics of the NBA, and that's something we've talked about a lot. I don't have time to get rebogged into it, but local media is treated differently than national media. That is not the fault of local media. That is not through any lack of trying. It's because front offices are scared of national reporters. And why feed it to, I'm just going to pick on Jason Anderson here because he's alphabetical, but it could be anybody, me, you, whatever. Why feed it? I'll pick on you, Jason. No, I'll pick on me because that way I'm insulting myself. Why give it to Carmichael Dave on his stupid little radio show when we can give it to Shams Charania and the entire world knows about it, and then Dave and everybody else can disseminate it? Oh, and by the way, if we don't give it to Shams, then Shams isn't going to do us any favors when we need him to. For example, when we fire a coach, we need national reporters to say things like, the time had come to do it, and the Kings are excited about it. The players are happy about blah, blah, blah. This is a real political thing that's happening within the NBA, and that's why local media, they'll get the occasional, like, oh, this guy's re-signing, this free agents. They don't get the scoopity scoops, though. That always goes to national media. Mike Brown had to go because he lost there was something in the locker room. There are some things I can tell you. It wasn't De'Aaron Fox. It was not De'Aaron Fox. If there were issues between Mike Brown and any players, I can tell you it wasn't De'Aaron Fox. Now, here's where the thing comes up that people hate. There were issues between Mike Brown and players. Can't go into that one. It'll come out. Wasn't De'Aaron Fox. By the way, it wasn't like anything crazy. But they had tuned him out. He had to go, and I don't think Doug Christie is going to win 80% of the games he coaches, but you can tell at least in a very small sample size against some injured teams, and then the Warriors, I don't want to downplay it, but let's just wait before we all start taking showers together. But let's talk about how it was handled, because I don't disagree with the fact that Mike Brown had to go, but then sitting back and watching how it was handled was disgusting. It was gross. And I'm bringing it up now because it's the first day I've been back on the air, and I'm sorry we're on a 4-game winning streak, and I'm going to bring it up once and then move on. It was gross. It was the old Vivek, and I say Vivek because the buck stops with him, coming to the surface. This was the Stauskas, band leader, jazz band, whispering in DeMarcus Cousins' ear at the All-Star game. Chris Clark literally whispering in his ear that he's been traded while he has 17 cameras in front of him. This is firing Michael Malone when DeMarcus had meningitis, and now you have this. And I was hoping we were done with that. I've always talked about how owners come out and fall on their faces when they start. That happens everywhere. It's happening to Matt Ishbia right now in Phoenix. And then you figure it out and you move on. And Vivek couldn't be bothered to have a press conference, and I understand he was out of town for the holidays, and I don't blame him. I've said often, Vivek's at every game. I love him for that. But I did see him lighting the beam the other night. Why is the owner lighting the beam? I don't know. Owner's prerogative. That's fine. Seems a little weird to me that the owner's lighting the beam, but whatever. That's cool. It's about you. But you couldn't be bothered to have a press conference, but you lit the beam. That's a coward move. I don't say that lightly. I'm not calling him a coward. I'm saying that's cowardly, and I think there's a difference because I'll never get personal. And I know this will get back to Vivek. I do. I know this clip will get back to him. Dude, I don't know who's running PR for you. And I don't know if maybe also, let me be really fair here, that your PR is begging you to do things and you're not listening, but this ain't working. And I'm speaking as a fan now because this is what happens when we miss out on coaches or free agents and when you have agents talking to each other, because this festers. Mike Brown is a universally respected coach, and even if he wasn't, the point would remain. And you fired him after letting him run practice, letting him do media, and then you're on the way to the plane. And then the players find out either, I can't remember if it was on the plane or just outside the plane, then they got to go on the road. And shockingly lost that game. It puts Doug Christie in a bad position, puts the other coaches in a bad position. They're all finding out real time. They lost to the Pistons the night before. You could make the decision that night like any other team would. It is just so unprofessional. It undoes so much good that you've done or tried to do. One of my favorite quotes of yours, Vivek, that I will always love is you said, this is your team and it's here to stay. Well, it is our team. You bought the team, you and your partners, for $535 million 11 years ago, and that team is worth upwards of $3 billion right now, and I think you deserve every penny of it. I've said it publicly many, many times. But you are a steward. You are a custodian of this team, which is the only permanent major league team in town. And as a reflection of the fans, the city, and who we are. And you hung us out to dry. And we had to watch everyone nationally talk about what a joke this city is, what a joke this team is. We had to have other coaches who are always going to stand up for their fellow coaches come out and talk about how dirty it was, including Mike Malone. What did he say? No heart, no balls, no whatever he said. And then you got fans with T-shirts saying that the next game. The idea that you would not only bungle the firing, I mean bungle, complete unforced error. And I know a tiny bit about this now because I do PR for a different team, and I understand a little more about owners and fans and ownership and how this all works. So I understand a little bit more about how it works behind the scenes. This was a bungled, unforced error. But then we don't have the brass to have a press conference and answer the tough questions, which it should be the owner, but at the very least should be the general manager. You know who's out there answering the tough questions? The players who did not make the decision. They may have helped in the decision being made, but they didn't make the decision. They're not management. So you hide behind whatever, and you send the players out to do the PR who are not prepared. That is not their job. They're already under enough stress. Instead of saying the buck stops here, I'm going in front of the microphones, ask me the questions, I'll take the heat. I get the courtside seats. I make the $3 billion. This is the bad part of the job. Bring it to me. Hell, Jerry Jones does. Say what you want about Jerry Jones. And we've said a ton. He's still out there every week. He's still answering the questions. I'm not saying that's what you should do. But I'm saying once you send your players and your new coach who have better things to do, more things to focus on, and you haven't had a press conference, it's probably too late now. And I'm sure we'll get something now that they've won 4 in a row. I'm sure we'll get something. In fact, we've reached out. We're hoping to get, I mean, maybe we won't now, but we're hoping to get somebody on this week. Embarrassing, gross, and either whoever's handling your PR needs to be moved to concessions, or you need to stop thinking you're the smartest man in the room for everything and every subject. We all have weaknesses. This is not the first strike. This is not the second strike. Do better. You're a wonderful, wonderful owner who has done a ton of stuff for the community, who helped save this team, and who deserves, in my opinion, every penny you've made off the club. I think you're a true fan of the team, and I think you want to win. I believe that. And I've stood here and I've said it and had vegetables thrown at me. But you got to call balls and strikes, man. This was gross. Please do better. Because this is how we have difficulty signing free agents. This is how reputations are created and built. This is the margin of difference between getting that guy and not getting that guy, and ultimately leads to performance on the floor. Please do better. Family tells family truths. And I've been seething for the last 10 days because this brought back a lot of old memories. We're on a 4-game streak. Love Doug Christie. Hope it all works out. We're all rowing in the same boat. We all want to get to the same destination together. And I want to plant a big, fat, sloppy kiss on your forehead during the parade when we win the whole thing. Believe that. But this was wrong. Please do better in the future. Respectfully. And those are my thoughts. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jiffy Lube driving the game, 1-800-920-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Who gets the game, ball, and more as we break down last night's game and maybe the weekend. Plus, we got to get to Miami at some point tonight, which I'll be at the game. That'll be neat. We'll take a break. We're back after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you'll take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you give me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back, January 16th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. We've got more tackle. Grab deep discounts on a huge selection of fishing gear, apparel, and accessories at the giant Fisherman's Warehouse booth. This is the place to discover your next adventure, nearby or around the world. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 16th through 19th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, welcome back. 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to the Jiffy Lube drive of the game in just moments. Let's talk game ball for a second. There's a lot of options here. I'm going to try to avoid doing the things, Jason, where I name like 8 guys.
Name them all.
But I will say, these are ones that I think will probably not get it for you or me. I would say special shout out to Kevin Herter. 20 minutes, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Had a couple of steals, 16 points in 20. Kevin Herter had a wonderful game yesterday in a very short span. Loved the way Devin Carter played yet again. He is a Tasmanian devil out there on the floor in all the best ways. And even though Trey Lyles didn't, really rock the stat sheet with 7 points, 2 steals, 9 boards, and plus 33 in 24 minutes. Okay, and then we get to the starting lineup, and here's where I'll stop because we could make a lot of arguments. There are at least a couple. I'm going to go with the obvious. When you're plus 41 in 29 minutes, when you're filling in for your college friend De'Aaron Fox, and you go 26 and 12 with 4 steals and a block, and that didn't even tell the whole story of Malik Monk making shots you could be 3 of 6, Jason, Okay, you made 3 of 6 shots. But when are those 3? Are those 3 the ones where you're on a run and you just need to punctuate it, or is it just a random shot? I know 3 points is 3 points, but it's not. It's not. The game is ebb and flow, and Malik was hitting everything perfectly, and then that crazy dunk he had last night where I think he is still yelling from the rafters out there. Oh, my goodness.
Domas that time against the young Jackson Davis. Hammer time off the dribble. That one came out of nowhere.
I give it to Malik.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to. I mean, Malik had the first half double-double, tied his career high in assists, filled in for Fox, made all the big plays. I think he was the defensive player of the game too. And he's such a there's so much energy with Malik, and I think there's when things are going well like they are now, he's got to be so much fun to be around. So I mean Malik for sure for me, and Sabonis was great, but it's Malik.
No, he was. Oh, and what did I see yesterday? It was. You keep seeing these like interesting stats involving Domantas Sabonis. Oh, here we go. Top 10 in primary defender involvement rate, okay, which is an estimate of how often a defender is involved in defending a scoring action as a primary defender. So basically, just boiling it down as I understand it, there's a difference between me guarding you off ball and me guarding you when you have the ball and you're trying to score.
Okay.
Those are differences in levels of defense. Number 2 in the league is Karl Anthony Towns. Number 1, Domantas Sabonis.
Wow.
Domantas Sabonis, which makes you think of those situations. I think Domantas Sabonis is not an all-league defender. Full stop. But I think he's a little underrated as a defender. I think we just assume Domantas Sabonis is a turnstile, and he's not. We know Keegan Murray's a good defender. We know De'Aaron Fox is a good defender. I mean, my goodness, we know that Keon Ellis is an all-world defender. It certainly looks like Devin Carter has a bit. There's actually some sniffs of defense on this team, which is kind of cool to see.
Right, which is why when things were going so poorly, even, you'd see some stuff written nationally about the Kings, and just kind of what you alluded to in the last segment of here they go again, the dismissal of Mike Brown, how they handled all the stuff you just talked about. But they said, if you kind of look inside the numbers, there's some breadcrumbs here that suggest like it doesn't add up. I think at the time they were like 16 defense, top 10 offense. Why is their record so poor?
Well, we talked about the numbers not, the expected wins for this team are nowhere near what their wins were. And that goes into what you said. It's also the record in close games. Yep. It's a lot of different metrics that support this team being better.
Yes.
And those breaks have just not fallen their way. And sometimes you make your own luck. Look, you got a wide open 3 to take the lead, and you didn't. You missed the shot,
right.
But you're expected to make that
the play
shot.
was right. Yeah,
exactly. 1-800-920-1140. Brian thinks he knows the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty nice win. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Awesome.
A hell of a win. Brian, what do you think the Jiffy Lube drive of the game during that win was?
It was early on in that first quarter. Sabonis had a great up fake baseline, blew by his guy for the slam.
Ooh, wow. Very, very descriptive. Would be embarrassing if that wasn't the drive of the game. Let's see here.
As Sabonis is isolated on the left side against Jackson Davis. Gets him off his feet, drives inside, whips it down on a two-hand power jam. What a take to the basket by Domantas Sabonis. We're going to make that your drive of the game. Meanwhile, the Warriors come back quickly. Back to your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. The strong take on the up fake by Sabonis that got Jackson Davis to leave his feet. Domas went thundering by him to the rim for the two-hand slam. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:45 for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
There you go. Well done.
Where's my cowbell?
I know.
Ring-a-ding-ding. Brian, congratulations. You got yourself a Jiffy Lube gift card for $100. Great time of year to use it. It was just there last week. Oil change, tire rotations, brake, windshield wiper. They do so much stuff. You've already won it. It's just a technicality. If you can tell me, one last question, what radio station makes all of your Jiffy Lube $100 gift cards in the middle of a 4-game Kings winning streak come true?
Sacktown Sports. Let's make it 5.
That's
look at
oh
that.
my God!
Add on.
Brian's going to be doing mornings here at
Yes.
some point. My goodness gracious! Congratulations, Brian. We appreciate that. We got 2 minutes. So, Jason, what is the biggest difference you're seeing between the Kings pre and post Mike Brown?
Well, right now I think the list of players playing well is a little bit longer, and that's good. And what has Doug Christie been able to do to get more out of the players? The only other thing I can think of too, well, I said execution. Late in games has been much better. The play of Trey Lyles has really boosted them. And the other part I would say too is, I think Mike Brown, this is my own kind of belief of watching this team, I think was probably the coach that they needed when they got started here a couple years ago. And I think everybody thinks highly of him. I still do. I like Mike. He did great things here. I think he could be tough. I think he could get after guys. And that's not I say that in a way that I think he's even lighter or softer than it used to be in the 90s and in the 80s. It's just different. And I think Doug's coming at this from a different angle. And for whatever reason, I think that's landing better. That's my very unofficial read of a team, like the internal part of a team that we're not all necessarily privy to. But I know Doug's messaging. I like Doug's messaging.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean, I never really heard Mike Brown's messaging and go, I don't think that's right. I think he had good things to say and good things to do, but I think he even publicly said, De'Aaron said, look, I'm just going to be tough on him this year. De'Aaron said he wanted that.
Yeah.
And maybe other players didn't want that. I don't know that, but also that all lines up too when you're not playing as well. It's like, I don't like hearing this as much right now when we're not playing well, but maybe when you are, all that hits differently. And right now they're playing better, and everything Doug's saying is probably landing perfectly.
When I got fired in 2012, it's a great segue. The guy who brought me back was a guy named Byron. He used to be the head of programming here. He actually came out to my son's kindergarten graduation, sat on a bench with me for an hour, and convinced me this is a great situation, and we want you back. And I came back and I worked mornings with Keith Brooks. And it's a longer story. We got a break. Through the years, it became very apparent that Byron and I were going to butt heads. Byron was one of the most talented programmers in the country, but he and I butted heads, and he butted heads with a lot of other people here. And eventually he moved on to do other great things and blah, blah, blah. No hard feelings. But I think people can identify. You can be very good at your job, but this particular job, it's not working. Doesn't mean you're bad. Doesn't mean they're bad. It means it stopped working for whatever reason. And then the new guy comes in. It's like taking bricks off your feet. I think it's okay to say the Kings are better with Doug Christie without having to slam Mike Brown all over the place. And I think that's where you and I are both at. We'll get to more of that in a bit. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings have won 4 in a row in their first matchup with the Warriors of the season. They absolutely throttled them. And one thing, I know we got a break, Chris, but one thing I did notice last night that I want to talk about in the next segment, though, is the level over 48 minutes of energy this team had from wire to wire in the victory. Reminded me a lot of my friends in American Energy with what they've got going on right now, because maybe it's cold outside. And American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So now is the time. I'm also enjoying those American Energy commercials on the broadcast where the dude has a big lettuce in his teeth. Then they play the jingle. I mean, I like to think our commercials are better, but I'm just competitive. They're both good. Take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection now. It's regularly $119. That includes a full safety and duct. That's D-U-C-T, not whack, whack. Duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. So give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Yeah, Do it right now. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Kings Talk and your phone calls at 1-800-920-1140 when we get back right here on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers game day. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium for the 2025 season.
20, one block and he's in.
Season tickets are available now. Inventory is limited, so to speak with a representative, call 415-GO-49ers.
Touchdown!
That's 415-GO-49ers.
San Francisco!
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into the Kings here, including G-Man visiting with Gary Gerald.
G-Man visiting with Gary Gerald?
What did I say?
G-Man visiting with Gary Gerald.
Keegan Murray, sorry. Yeah, that's called doing three things at once. My bad.
A shameful performance.
That was. Let me just say one thing real quick, because I'm getting a lot of this. And let me just, so I criticized ownership in the front office a couple segments ago, rather harshly. Again, never personal. But I said what I thought. You can agree or disagree with it. But everyone, and I don't blame you for thinking this, and this could be famous last words, but now I'm going to defend them a little bit in the sense. No, I'm not worried about getting fired or having my. I'm going to be at the game tonight. I'll probably be in fairly close proximity, and we'll see Vivek at the game tonight. It's nothing. If he asked, I wouldn't. I'm not going to go up to him and be like, "Hey," but it's nothing I wouldn't say to him if he asked. But let me stand in front of them. I know it's easy and understandable to believe in conspiracies like this, but they've never. I know not. I'm pretty not to me. Pretty sure not to you, Jason. Never been told what to say, what not to say.
Right.
Never been editorialized. Now, look, if I go off and get personal and cheap shot them, yeah, we're partners with them. We take that relationship very, very seriously. But our job is to call balls and strikes and criticize. And if we can't do that, we can't do our jobs. And it's insulting to you. The last thing in the world that I would think would be that they could disagree. Maybe I get a phone call later today saying, here's why you were wrong. And I welcome that. And by the way, if anything I said was wrong, I'm going to hear it. And you know what I will do after that? I'll come on the air and I'll say it. And I'll say, oh, I was wrong about this and I was wrong about that. Man, I'm sorry about that. Took that the wrong way. That's no problems. But the one thing this team has never been is unfair when it comes to stuff like that, or sleazy, or they've never operated like that. Not to mention, let me just say it this way. You're worried about me saying things unfiltered now. Imagine if I, was on my own doing stuff, and there's, it would not be a strategic move anyways. Alone. I see what you said. I see what you did. So don't worry about that, and don't think. I don't want people to think of them like that. You can criticize them all day long, but they're not dirty. Famous last words. Jason and Chris tomorrow morning. Oh, did you see Brent Rooker, by the way, say I'm going to be in Sacramento for the next few days? I don't know where to put that in the show, but was asking for recommendations. Everyone throws out restaurants. I still don't know what to tell people. When they say, hey, I'm coming to Sacramento, I go, well, go to a Kings game. Have fun. Go to a Republic game. Have fun. But it's one of those, it's not like other cities where you go, oh, go to the thing. It's always like you go rafting, you go to the train museum. And then I realize how you can go to Old Sac. You get see a movie.
Go up to Amador and go wine tasting.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is when
it's leaving Sacramento.
It's a great bounce. Hey, Tahoe's right there. Yeah. Amador's right there.
Go to the city in San Francisco.
City's there. Napa's an hour away. Hey, you want to take 3 hours? Go to Yosemite. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Go pay $20 to go see a show at Ace of Spades for $20 for a beer at Ace of Spades.
Yeah, right. It's anyway. Wire to wire yesterday, Jason.
Domination.
Fourth time this year, the Kings have held an opponent under 100 points. At one point, Mark Jones said, I think their season low was like 96.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of points at the end.
Yeah, they did.
Right. Warriors fans were kind of melting down last night on social media.
What a shame.
I mean, no, it's so terrible.
Hoping for injuries on players.
Yeah.
Stay classy.
You got Warriors fans in their feelings when they start busting out with like, oh, you light beams, we raise banners. Okay, that's awesome. Wow, it raised your banners last night. Wait, what? Nope, that's not work at all. There was a little bit of a thingy-dingy with Keon Ellis and the screen, and Steve Kerr got angry, and Doug Christie got out there, and Steph Curry was asked about it after the game.
Also, that point when Draymond floored Keon, and it seemed like Steve and Doug had some word exchange. And I know it's just basketball and stuff. What was your thoughts about being in that moment and all the tension that was going on at that time?
That's two ex-players wishing they were back in the jersey. It's good to see.
It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's good to see. Doug Christie was also asked about that Keon Ellis play as well.
I mean, I'm just always protecting my player. That's really all it is. I have the utmost respect for every single player over there. I know from playing in this league what they go through and watching them reach the highest level. So it's nothing but love. The competitive nature of the game is the competitive nature. And I think that you respect that. I respect how hard they play. I respect how they get after it. But one thing, make no mistake about it, is I'm going to defend my guys because they deserve that. They play hard, and I'm going to be right there for them.
That was a complete misread by Kerr. I mean, I couldn't believe, there's hey, we need a whistle, we need a break. But like to call that a flop? I mean, that's not looking at anything even through King's glass. I felt like he was looking at it through like maybe he felt he was getting the wrong whistle, but they didn't even call a foul.
When I first saw him, first off, I like Steve Kerr. I think he's a good coach. When I first saw that reaction, I thought, this smells like someone wants to hit the showers a little early. This smells like someone wants out. Oh, so I was a little surprised. I think he kind of at first tried to get ejected. Number two, he should have been ejected. He's out on the floor. He's, after the tee. That's fine. But I think Steve Kerr might want to text an apology to Doug Christie today and have that forwarded to Keon Ellis, because that was not a flop. And I'm all for having, we've talked about this many times, I'm all for having flops disciplined. I'm all for flop discipline. That was not a flop. And that, I think that had that had so much less to do with that and more to do with everything else during the course. You're trying to show some fire, whatever. I don't care. But
desperate is what it was.
Absolutely.
And incorrect.
Yeah, it was Kerr's freak out was more of a flop than what happened. G-Man visited with Keegan Murray.
Oh yeah, it was great.
After the game, I've started doing lately. I know other people have done this before, but I've really focused on it. Whenever Keegan Murray shoots, I stare. As long as the camera stays there, I just keep my eye on his face, because it's super fun when the ball goes in to see his reaction versus when the ball doesn't go in to see his reaction. Because it's literally like, if we were a TV show, one of our segments would be Guess What Happened, and you'd play no audio, and it would just show Keegan a close-up of his face as he shoots it and then watches it, and then you have to guess, did he make or miss the shot? There's literally no difference. He is a robot.
Right.
Like, I've said this before, but can you imagine like a Keegan Murray, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan podcast in which Tim Duncan would probably be the host?
Yeah.
And the funny guy? I'm trying to think of other examples, but that would no, I won't make that comparison. There's a really good comparison, but I have to think it through because it could be problematic. But he's just, I love it about him.
Right.
I really, really love it about him. Here he is with G-Man last night post-game.
So we look down below, and Keegan Murray is going to slip on the headset. Uncle Keegs back in action after missing a couple of games. And how good did it feel to be back out there, and how good did it feel to be part of a lopsided wire-to-wire win?
Yeah, it felt good. It was tough, obviously, watching the last couple of days, but we're on a roll right now, so just trying to keep it up.
When you talk about being on a roll, what in your mind has been the key to this mini turnaround here by you and your teammates?
Just playing free. I feel like we have nothing to lose at this point. Our team feels like we have nothing to lose, and I feel like we're just having fun with one another, and I feel like it's showing on the court right now.
And that business of having fun is something that we hear Coach Doug Christie frequently talk about, Keon. And I know one of the things that I chuckled at tonight, he was talking, he said that one of his goals, he says, I want to see Keegan smile. I want him to be free and to go play, show him a lot of love, just have him relax and do his thing. Are you feeling that love?
Yeah, I felt it since the moment Doug became coach. So that's just a credit to him and how he's taken over this organization. So it's been cool to see, and I feel like that's had an effect on all of our guys.
We were a little bit concerned about, what life might be like without De'Aaron Fox for the first time this season tonight. We wish him a speedy recovery, but man, Fox and everybody should be breathing easier, because it's not often that you get wire-to-wire wins and you win by 30 in the process.
Yeah, a lot of guys stepped up. Malik stepped up in a big way, and whenever Fox comes back, it's just going to help us obviously more. So while he's away, we just got to step up, and we did that tonight.
Well, we appreciate your time and congratulate you on the win, Keegs. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I had a blast.
It was great. Well, Keegan, you guys lost by 34 wire-to-wire. Your thoughts? You guys won wire-to-wire by 34. Your thoughts? Love it.
That's a blast.
It's
good to have him back, and he played pretty well.
It was. It was good to have him back. He played, I thought, pretty well. It's always whatever he does he does need to do stuff offensively, but whatever he does offensively, great. But it's that defense that I rock with so much with him. It was very, very good to see. We'll take a break. When we return, let's go more post-game reaction. And the Kings looking for a season sweep tonight versus the Miami Heatles, former Heatles, not current Heatles. Also, we got 4 Down Territory coming up at 8:28, Niners at 9. So we will include a little bit of football in there along with the playoff matchups coming up. We also have some maneuverations going on in the NFL world as well. So don't worry. We're heavy Kings today, but we'll catch you up on the NFL a little bit as well. It's David, Jason, and Chris. We're right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
How does it feel? Feels good. Feels good, baby. Yeah. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross on a Celebration Monday. The Kings have won 4 in a row. Look to win 5 in a row tonight versus the Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat.
Hey, they moved ahead of Phoenix.
They did move ahead of Phoenix. Wait, what?
They're getting closer to the Kings have, and they're getting closer to that bottom part of that top 10.
Are we talking? Are we talking about the P word? Either one?
Playing?
Playoffs.
No, they've done some damage with a 4-game winning streak, as they did some damage with a 6-game losing streak.
Just 1 game behind Minnesota for the 10, and just 3.5 back of the Mavericks and Clippers, I guess, and Lakers, I guess, for the 6th seed.
There you go.
Kind of tied up at 20 and 15. Now, in the soccer world, Jason, they do something I actually like. They do what is your form? What is a team's form? And they look at the last 5 games, and that's a big thing. If we were to look at
good form.
Yeah, good form or bad form. And in this case, I think it's safe to say the Heat are in bad form currently. They are 2-3 in their last 5. Their wins came at Houston and at home versus New Orleans.
Yeah.
They lost at Atlanta 121-10 on the 28th. They lost by 13 at home to Indiana Thursday. And they lost at home by 36 to Utah.
Yeah, I think they were down 43 or 39, something just absurd.
Can you imagine losing by 30 plus at home?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't think the Kings have done that, have they?
No, I meant like because we beat the Warriors.
Oh,
sorry, that was a stretch for me.
Good pull.
So they're at 17 and 16. It'll be I don't have any word on. I have a feeling I don't know anything. I just have a weird feeling he's going to play today. Bam Adebayo is in town. He's had a couple of days. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he's not. But
because after today they don't play till Friday.
Yeah, so maybe he takes tonight off and he gets. I truly don't know. But I am looking forward to look. It's a back-to-back. It's a road and home sort of back-to-back. And look, we've talked about this before with the Spurs and Popovich, with Miami and Spoelstra. They're a well-coached team, and they're going to come to play. And if you think you're hot stuff because you beat the Warriors, you throttled the Warriors last night on the road. Now you're coming back home, and Jimmy Butler's not here. Who cares? Wow, let's go. They just lost by 36 to Utah. You're going to find yourself on the stinky end of the lollipop if you don't figure it out. So.
Well, and the other part, and you're going to notice this tonight because you'll be there, Chris will be there, I'll be there. We'll have the whole show there, which is great.
Yeah.
The last 3 games, I think Chris was at the game, the Memphis game. The building has been absolutely electric. And I don't know if it sounded like it for you watching the games on TV.
It came through.
Obviously, the Dallas win was more of the sense of desperation, like, phew, finally. Philly was the 15-0 run to close, and then Memphis was just such a high-level game all the way through. I just thought the crowds the last 3 specifically have been really, really loud. Now with another win, 4 in a row, being at home, some anticipation to see if this is really turned around. I think it'd be a pretty great atmosphere.
Do you have a pick? We used to do this before. There's one person in particular that I am picking. There's always a guy on a team that does a thing, and you're just like, who the hell is this guy? I've called it for years. Rest in peace, the Lorenzen Wright All-Stars, because the now past Lorenzen Wright, especially when he was with the Hawks, used to come in and just annihilate the Kings every time, like 20 rebound games. You know who I worry about on this Heat team tonight?
Who?
Haywood Highsmith.
Really?
He just seemed, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was just a one-time experience, but I always feel like he plays really well.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that, let's see, against Utah, he had 2 points in 16 minutes. We're going to do our 3 in the key a little bit later. I'll just give you a sneak preview. He averages 6.8 points and 3 rebounds. I don't think that's happening tonight. Hopefully I'm wrong. By the way, somebody asked, when was the last time the Sacramento Kings had a 5-game winning streak? Unless I'm wrong here, just did some quick checking. Do you know?
I know the 4-gamer was a year ago, but I don't know the 5-gamer.
I will say the last time they had a 5-game winning streak, they had a 6-game winning streak.
Okay.
Was that first beam team?
That was last year. The year before was first beam team, right? Yeah, no, this is last year. They started the season 2-4. They lost 3 in a row to Golden State, Houston, and then they beat Portland. They beat OKC. They beat the Cavs. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Spurs. And they beat the Mavericks for a 6-game streak. So their last 5-game streak was actually a 6-game streak.
Okay. OKC and Cleveland.
Let me ask you guys a question. When somebody asks me, or you, when was the last time the Kings had a 5-game winning streak? Does that technically not count? Because it's a 6-game winning streak?
Yeah.
Because it was a 5-game winning streak. Okay, I got you. But when was the last time they had just a 5-game winning streak? Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not doing the research. Also, not for nothing, guys, I noticed this last night. Can we just take a moment, apropos of nothing, and acknowledge that the top seeds in the West and the East are a combined 61-9 and are currently on a combined 25-game winning streak? And by the way, they're 2 of, I think, the bottom 5 markets in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I want the Sacramento Kings to win a championship each and every year. But, dude, can I tell you right now how insanely awesome a sports year it would be? For me, at least. I don't know about for ratings. If we got like a Detroit-Buffalo Super Bowl and followed that with a Cleveland-Oklahoma City NBA Finals, I want that so badly. I want that more than any other matchup that doesn't involve the Kings.
And then an A's Pirates World Series.
Oh my god, that would be. You know how hard that would be for me because I'm like, hey, what the A's here? Hey, maybe, and then like, well, there is a World Series. A combined 25-game winning streak. Yes, Chris.
The lame thing about that would be, let's say the A's, won the World Series. They would say, and the world champion goes to the Athletics.
Right, 100%. And then John Fisher's at Sutter.
Let's hear from you, city you play in.
Yeah, great job, city you play in. And we go live as the Athletics have just clinched the World Series on their own home field in L.A. or San Francisco, wherever they're playing, because they're not playing the World Series in Sacramento if they make it, probably.
And the parade is going to be somewhere else.
The parade's just going to be random. It's going to be like Left Shark. Just kidding. The parade will be in Grass Valley.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. It's just where it is.
Yeah.
Gilroy, California.
Did you just unintentionally go Larry King there?
Gilroy, California. Hello.
How's your garlic?
Anyways, looking forward to it tonight. How about a little bit of audio, Jason?
Okay.
What's
next?
What's next? Here's Doug Christie on not playing for yourself, playing for each other.
Just trying to get them to be aggressive, trust each other, and play for each other. When I look down at the stat sheet and I see 31 assists, I'm smiling. When I see 40 plus threes taken, I'm smiling. And most of those are going to be where we get in the paint, play off 2 feet under control, spray the ball out. You got it, shoot it. If you don't, give it one more drive, kick it, and continue on doing that. And those type of things, it's contagious. Everyone's touching the ball. Everyone feels good about themselves. Then we go to the other end and help each other the same way.
Before we get to more Doug Christie, just real quick, let me address the chat line because this is a very important point to me. Okay, it's a very important subject, guys. I'm very aware of jinxing the team tonight. Not jinxing the team. At no point did I say we're going to win. I'm not sitting here talking about 5-game winning streaks like we've got one. It's always preceded with an if and if and if. A jinx would be to say, I don't even want to say it out loud, but this is for example purposes only. Be like, Kings are winning tonight. I can tell you that. No, that's a jinx. Saying if the Kings win tonight, they have a 5-game winning streak. That's not the official jinx ruling book. Says no, it is not a jinx. Now, me going to the game for the first time this year, then I'll have to wear that tomorrow, and I will wear it in a place you can't see. I'll wear it to myself.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
Here's Doug Christie before we break on Keon and Devin Carter defending Steph Curry.
I thought both of them were so tired that one of them asked to come out. I'm not going to say which one of them it was, and that's the type of effort that you want. Steph is an absolute monster. He's been that in this league. He's one of the greatest that's ever done it. So you're not going to stop him, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're just trying to make it as difficult as humanly possible. And I thought both of those guys tried as hard as they possibly could. And then on the backside, everybody is helping. Everybody's in gaps and just trying to limit his touches and his threes. They did a really solid job.
What? I don't know. By the way, Steph Curry last night was 8 of 12 for 26 points. And you might have noticed Devin Carter came in and started guarding him and immediately had a welcome to the NBA moment.
Yeah.
Like he guarded Steph Curry perfectly and got a hand in his face, whole thing. And Steph was just like, swoosh.
Yeah. I think it was one of Steph's, I think it was his first hoop because he hadn't done much at the very beginning. And he did like 7 behind the back shake and just lost Keon. I'm like, wow.
I think I tried to dribble the ball behind my back. I'd break something.
Your back.
My back.
Spine.
In a flower pot or something. We'll take a break when we come back. 4-down territory. Best and worst of the week. Matt Barrows at 9. We'll get back to the Kings at 8:43 and more. Appreciate y'all along for the ride on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Your proud home right now of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday, back to the work week grind. A cool start out there. Grab those jackets. We have some areas of patchy fog that may develop as well. But for the afternoon, expect to have sunshine, a light north breeze, and highs today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here. Time for a new car. Coach Christie here urging you to upgrade to a new Kia right now. You might even end up with a lower payment. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Start the year strong at InShape Fitness. Play basketball, try yoga or Pilates, or work with their personal trainers to create a happy new you. And look for Sacktown Sports Team before the next Kings game to grab your free Kings InShape Rally Towel. Join today at InShape.com. We are in shape. You are ready.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
There's a reason why more and more people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. And it's not just because they're centrally located next to Hagan Oaks Golf Course. It's because they make the car buying experience different than anywhere else. Yeah, of course they can get you a great price. That's the easy part. Where their general manager, Chuck Dean, and his team really make a difference is they don't believe you should have to sacrifice great customer service to get a great deal. Stomp on in today and see for yourself. That's Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the place where a handshake still means something.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Matt Barrow's coming up at 9. A lot of Kings talk today. If you missed it, hey, go to YouTube and rewatch it. Also the podcast and all that stuff. And we'll have you covered all day long.
Remember, take a look at Kings Rewind.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 a.m. That's also out on Twitter right now. And every host is going to have different, hosty things. So make sure you tune in for Alan Styles coming up next.
Yep.
And then, of course, Kyle and Whitey taking the torch and running it all the way till this evening. And then Scotty the Body Marsh, High Flyer. And then Kings. Honestly, tune that dial to 1140 and then break it off. You don't need to pull the button out and throw it out the window. Does anybody have tunies anymore? Do they tune in anymore?
Yeah. Well, I think so.
Like old car.
Yeah. Like me, old car.
Oh, do you have a tuning? Really? A little knob?
Yeah.
It doesn't work as good as like the old ones where you could dial it just a little bit to get a little bit of the static out.
There is something to like tuning it.
Or
just
that button. Did you ever have that? Not the button that we're talking about, like.
Oh, the preset button?
Not even preset, but remember old cars that would have like that little, almost like a straight line up and down. And if you hit like, I want to go to like 92.5, like you hit the thing and it takes you closer over there.
Yeah, that's a preset, right? Where because you go to the station.
Oh, we're like going and go.
Yeah, you tune it to the where the little orange thing, okay, and then you had to pull the button out and push it back in. You pull it out and then push it back in, and that presets it right there.
Was a preset.
You're taking me back to my grandpa's old Honda Accord.
Right, that's how it goes, man. That's how the presets used to work. Now you just say, "Hey Siri," kids today. All right,
they haven't lived.
For them territory right now, please. All righty, Chris Verlon, take it away.
Which individual had the best Week 18 in the NFL?
Look, there's a lot of whatevers, but I'm going to give it to Aaron Rodgers. Might be his last game. What a goofy year, and whether it's his last game or not, he goes for 4 touchdowns. Did not start out well. Did you see that first play? Or like one of the first, I think, was it their first play? It was like a screen pass back to Aaron Rodgers and then over to Devontae Adams, and Adams just got trucked. It's like, well, that's the Jets' year. Ends up throwing for 4 touchdowns. They beat the Dolphins, knock them out of the playoffs. They would have been knocked out anyways, though, 32-20. I mean, there's a lot of nominees there, but I'll go with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm debating between two. Not only their individual performance, but the outcome of the day that helped them. First and foremost, Mike Evans. So he finally got to 1,000 again on the last play of the game. 1,000 yards, got $3 million for that. I know these guys make a ton of money, but that's a really nice bonus. And they made the playoffs, so he had a good one. And then Jahmyr Gibbs last night. My goodness, he went off for the Lions. It also helped them get the one seed. So, yeah, those two guys would be my candidates.
Number 2, please.
Which individual had the worst Week 18 in the NFL?
I'm going to say Shad Khan because he fired Doug Peterson, kept Trent Baalke. That'll do it. So that Trent can hang on and draft more guys with ACLs? Like, what are we doing? Also, Gerard Mayo kind of got screwed with the Patriots. I don't know what that is. Just teams just continuing to be dumb. Whatever. We'll continue there, though, because I've got a theme here. So I'll say Shad Khan had the worst Week 18.
This might be a weird one because along the same line of thinking for you, maybe Brian Daboll. He kept his job.
Yeah.
That was surprising me. I was sure he was gone. But, I mean, how hot is that seat if they're saying you're coming back and they've had another bad year? And I can't imagine that leash being very long.
I don't know. What. Imagine being a Giants fan. You're just like, are you flipping kidding me? Third down, please.
Which team had the best Week 18 in the NFL?
The Tennessee Titans. They've got the number 1 pick because teams don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, and decided to win at the end.
It's never the fault of the coach, and it's never the fault of the players. I'll never blame them. You play to win the game. You're going out, you're trying to win the game. And that's where GMs need to step in and be like, you know what, this practice squad guy needs a look, that type of thing. So the Patriots won, and that gave Tennessee the number 1 pick because the Patriots beat the Bills, which is hilarious. It'll go Patriots, Browns, Giants. And then, I know Las Vegas will be in there somewhere. And the Niners are going to have a pretty decent pick, by the way, too.
Yeah.
But that's mine.
I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. A surprise year. That team won. They shut out Kansas City. Yeah, I get it. Kansas City rested just about everybody. But it capped a good year for Sean Payton, a great year for Bo Nix, a home shutout. and they made the playoffs. So I think Denver and they had to win yesterday. If they didn't, then we would have seen Cincinnati in there. So good for Denver to get in.
4th down.
Which team had the worst Week 18 in the NFL?
Jason, I want to throw this to you because I want to do something for mine. So would you mind going first?
Yeah, no problem.
Please?
The worst week this week. Well, I mean, the Niners have to be certainly up there, but I'm going to go with. I had a team here earlier. Who was I thinking of?
The Tigers.
The Tigers. Oh my.
Yes. Sorry, I kind of screwed you up there, didn't I?
No, because I had a team and I'm blanking on it.
The team the Bears beat.
Well, also maybe the Cowboys. Again, another home loss.
Interesting.
Oh, well.
No, please keep going because I promise you we're not on the same page, even though we're on the same page.
Okay. And then maybe the fact that they might keep coaching McCarthy.
I mean, also the Falcons, the fact that you freaking lost at home to the Panthers and got knocked out of the playoffs. Yeah. But no, I'm with you on the Cowboys, but for a completely different reason. Fade that down if you would, Chris, because of all the things I saw in sports over the weekend, this floored me. I'm praying you didn't see it, but you probably did. This is a sound clip I'm going to play. It's about a minute long.
I'm not saying I've done anything right, but I made my mind up a long time ago. I was going to work with my kids.
Okay. This is a show called Lawman with Billy Bob Thornton. The voice you hear is Jerry Jones in a hospital room acting, talking to Billy Bob Thornton and another character I don't know because I don't watch the show. And let's just see if we have the same conclusion.
I'm not saying I've done anything right, but I made my mind up a long time ago. I was going to work with my kids. They're involved in everything. They're involved in my leasing, oil and gas, real estate. And so when I got the Cowboys, I got it so that we could all work together. I thought I was doing it for them. But the one that got the most out of it was me. I just know it's not going to be this time, but you're going to be sitting here sometime in the future, laying here sometime in the future. And this room's going to be full of your business associates and the people you've worked with all your life. And more than likely, your children and family are going to be there because they're your children and your family. But you could have them there because they're the people you spent your life with, you worked with, you fell down with, you got up with. Not just Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's who you want to be with. So when that time comes like this, it's a celebration of your life. And you're not wishing you'd spend a little more time seeing a few more sons come up. That's the trick. That's the trick. Because that's going to be your glory. I'm pretty proud of them Cowboys. I'm pretty proud of the stuff we've done in oil and gas. It pales in comparison to how proud I am to have lived my life working with my kids. You got a chance to do something about that. I hope you will. And I'll tell you, young man, you're no spring chicken. And you ought to listen to Little List yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a few eggs short of a spring chicken, that's for sure.
Think a lot of both of you guys.
Feelings mutual. Thank you, Jerry.
Okay. Don't make me get my rubber glove out.
Boy. Tell Jenny I said hi. Good to see you, Mr. Jones.
Who the hell had Jerry Jones get hacked on their bingo card?
He was
fun. Go get there and get the ball there.
He was great.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's channeling some stuff, but
who cares?
It was, if I didn't know who Jerry Jones was, I think he was an actor.
Right.
You obviously haven't seen Ballers.
Was he on that? Obviously, yeah.
Small part.
Okay, that's a hell of a monologue.
Yeah.
You're trading stuff with Billy Bob Thornton
and John Hamm.
And he owned the screen. Yeah. I think you got to call balls and strikes, man. I do not like Jerry Jones. That blew me away. What the hell was that?
Well, sociopaths make the best actors.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll recap 3 in the key for both the Kings and Grizz and the Kings and Warriors. I was not a part of this. I'm very curious to see how you guys did. We'll do all that right after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? It seems impossible to find them. Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with an adjustable base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Thank you on the text line. Sorry, it's Landman, not Lawman.
Land Shark.
Land. What? Is it Land Shark?
No,
Oh.
that's an L sketch.
Anyways, who is hot, please?
Jared Goff.
He is.
No quarterback in their career has had a season with 4,000 or more yards, a season with 70% or more completion record, a season with a 110 passer rating or more, or a season with 15 or more wins. Goff did all of that this season.
Can I give you a who's hot addendum? Local, at least. I saved it because I wasn't sure if you're going to use it.
I was thinking about it.
Malik Monk last night had 26 points, 12 assists, 5 made 3-pointers in 29 minutes. By the way, he was also plus 41, I believe. There's only one player in NBA history that has reached those numbers in fewer minutes, and that guy's name is LeBron James. Malik Monk.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Former teammates.
Malik Monk. LeBron James. Yeah, former teammates. Imagine now. By the way, I know I keep staying in front of the front office here. Can we also credit them for signing Malik Monk to a discount contract too?
Yes.
That's like that goes in the good column, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. For sure.
Who's not?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
In yesterday's 31-9 loss to the Lions, they reached the red zone 4 times but didn't score a touchdown. 3 times they had a goal to go, but they did not score a touchdown. Twice they failed 4th and goal attempts, and they also missed a field goal. No other NFL team in the last 30 years has done all that in one game.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Achieving.
Good job, Vikes. I said the Patriots weren't hot because they won the game, but it did give us the call of the year, by the way. You ready for this?
Yeah.
This is easily the call of the year. And by easily the call of the year, I mean when it's unmuted. God, I gotta quit doing that. Okay. Call of the year.
Booty wide open.
What's the context? I have no idea.
Booty wide open.
Wasn't that a Creed song?
Booty wide open.
Anyways, let's 3 in the key it, shall we? Recap 2 games here. Game 1. Game 1. That'd be Kings Grizzlies and our old friend Eric Hazeltine.
Yes. Let's see. We asked between Chris and I the first and last King to score. Now this game's Friday. Dave, what would be your guess now? Who was the first King to score and the last King to score on Friday night's game?
That's not fair. He's going to remember.
He's totally going to remember it. We're play for play.
De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, was the first?
Yes.
And the last?
De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. The correct I picked Fox and DeRozan. Chris picked Sabonis. The correct answer was Monk Fox.
Monk Fox.
You got one part right.
Sabonis. Lisa in the culture.
Sure.
That's
the Jets.
Oh, that's what it was. We remembered.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we remembered.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Jets.
We got into Jason and I both got into a conversation about the Jets, not the stomach issue, the band from back in the 80s, and how it was, I believe, a Samoan family of like 17 kids, and 8 of them became the Jets. And then the other 7 ended up also becoming the Jets because they were too young in the beginning, but they called themselves the Jets with 2 T's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always felt like there was a rivalry between the Jets and Lisa and the Colt Jam.
One-sided.
Is it Lisa and the Colt Jam or Lisa and Colt Jam?
It might be that.
Yeah.
But I think I say and the Colt Jam.
I say and the Colt Jam too, but then again, I always say the Foo Fighters, and it's just Foo Fighters.
Drop the.
Yeah. Lisa and Colt Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Colt Jam, not Colt Jelly.
No.
Colt Jam.
Question 2?
Question
Not question 2. Second down.
Second down.
All right, our second category for 3 in the key for that game was Kings 3-pointers made. What's your guess? Against Memphis.
It's sad that I've seen the game, and I'll say 15.
I said 10. Chris said 12. The correct answer was 21.
Good. Yeah, that's a lot.
And
Jason said 10, and that's how many they had in the first quarter.
And then random stat, I said Lyles would have 3 or more 3-pointers. He had that in the first quarter, and he went 4 for 4.
Good for you.
Chris said a half-court shot or beyond would be made by a fan or a player.
Did they even have a fan half-court shot?
No.
I don't even know.
No.
By the way, shout out to Kyle Juszczyk. All year long. All year long.
More on that later.
All year. Back to you.
All right, so that was Kings and Grizzlies. How about Kings and Warriors?
How about Kings and Warriors?
All right, this game's more recently, Dave, so you'll probably do well now in the 3 in the key. We were looking for Fox versus Curry points.
I think Curry's going to dominate him.
Okay. For Fox.
I'm going to go. No, I would have said Fox 26, Curry 28.
Okay. I said Fox 33, Curry 30. Chris said Fox 27, Curry 35. The correct was Fox 0.
Jason might be on Who's Hot of picking a player that doesn't play.
Yeah, I'm on like a bunch of streaks.
Good for you. Bunch
for
of
these
streaks.
predictions. Yeah, I've got streaks everywhere.
That fast as next week.
Yeah. Then we went back to 3-pointers. How many made 3-pointers for the Kings?
Somebody said during the break, by the way, that I look like Nicolas Cage's character in The Family Man. It's hitting home now a little bit. Is it because of the sweater?
I don't know.
What was your question? Sorry.
3-pointers made by the Kings last night.
Would have said 15 again.
Okay. I said 10. Chris said 13. They made 19. They're a little bit hot beyond the arc.
Oh, hot beyond.
And then lastly, we asked for a random stat. I said there would be a double technical situation involving Draymond.
Close.
Yeah. And then Chris said Buddy Hield would be held to 5 points or score 5 points or less. Shavano scored 7.
I mean, it's still a pretty good call.
Yeah, I like that call.
I like that call. It's a very good call.
Yeah. And a little later in the show, we'll have a 3 in the Key for tonight. A little bit later.
And also, you guys did a pick 6, I assume.
Yeah. Later.
Real quick, guys. Heat versus Kings tonight. Ooh, it's on NBA TV.
Oh, wow. Huge.
Who's favored? And by how much?
Kings 4.5.
Chris Rock?
Kings are favored by 6.5.
Sacramento Kings are favored by 3.5. Circle gets the square, sort of. Circle gets kind of a weird looking thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I wanted to remember doing this. Shout out to Kings Charge on Twitter for bringing this up. We've talked about it before. Any Kings fan that watches any games on TV has done this before, where either you have the post game on and you go do something, or God forbid you fall asleep. It's like 10:30, which I do all the time. Game ends. I'm on the couch. Post game begins. No offense to the post game. I'm just tired. I fall asleep, and then at some point this happens.
The bonus with the defensive play of the game.
No. Keep that where it was.
I don't want to blast our listeners away.
That's what we deal with, and that is the exact thing that happens volume-wise. I'll do it one more time. Now you're prepared.
With the defensive play of the
Here we go. That's not an exaggeration.
That's on YouTube. I would say, where'd that come up? Why does it do that?
I only know from YouTube TV,
That's
but
why it's YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it's everywhere.
Well, not on like regular. It doesn't just jump.
It doesn't do that?
No, it just goes into the next program.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Well, this has happened for years.
Oh, wow.
Years.
We've been talking about it for decades.
Like if I leave my house, I'm watching the Kings game for something, and I might not be home by the end of the game, I change it just because that might happen.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I have sometimes I watch TV outside my little gazebo, and I'll go inside and like finish watching the game, and then later on, like we're watching something, and it's like, wait, what is from outside? Can Don YouTube or Fred NBC Sports California, whoever's in charge, can we do something about this, please? Because it is horrible.
Hold on. We first need to get them to make sure that they play the Kings game and their pregame instead of like the Sharks on 4 different channels.
Or maybe don't have it say, the Kings are on, and it's like dog agility, which I like dog agility, but we've dealt with that many, many times. Like this just can't happen, guys. It's not a cool way to wake up. It's even less cool when the game you lost. Mm-hmm. And then you got to wake up to la, 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 la. Like, dude. We'll take a break when we come back. Niners at 9. That's Matthew Barrows, I believe. I have that in my notes right here, Jason. Is that correct? Is that what you have?
Yeah, I've got it right here, too.
And then are we doing this today, Chris, the thingy you just handed me?
Ooh, I just got an email from Matt. I don't think we're going to get him today. He said, my flight from Arizona got canceled. I'm now on a later flight that lands in an hour. So he's in the air right now.
Well, this is our programming now. What if we just did that? Like, and next time Alan takes a day off, our show ends. Yeah, I got a thing. He said, light the beam. Bye now. That just ran for 4 hours.
It's like the stuff on the red zone when it ends. Because I've left the house, left the red zone on, and come back home. I'm like, oh,
it's the same
thing.
That
a clever jingle.
But at least it's not like 100 times louder than the actual
not.
programming.
Did you happen to watch the end of Red Zone yesterday? Anyone?
Not the end.
Scott Hansen does this whole thing. We'll take a break here. Scott Hansen does this whole thing about all the people behind the scenes. And then I know he's like the nicest guy in the world. I know he didn't mean for this to come out this way, but then he's like, we appreciate them so much, the people behind the scenes that give up their Sunday for 17 or 18 straight weeks. Here's 60 seconds for them. And then it's a 60-second thing of like still photos of who they are behind the scenes. I mean, it's nice of them. Did I spin your eye?
No.
Oh, okay. I know it's nice of them to do, but like, here's 60 seconds for all the work you've done. Here's a picture.
Because if I wanted to, it would have been 5 seconds.
We'll take a break. When we come back, not Matt Barrows, which means, hey, good for you guys. We're going to talk Kings, and more Kings. And then we'll get to the NFL playoff matchups, what to watch, including a national championship game tonight. That could have been a lot more entertaining, by the way, but that's not for nothing. And then crosstalk, and then we go bye-bye. It's David, Jason, it's Chris. We're right back.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with an adjustable base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get huge year-end savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado now at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Now available with special financing leasing some of the offers.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Special surprise, everybody. My dad's favorite event of the year, no joke. And I should mention this more often. I try to mention it every year, but honest to God, Sepp and Kent, Sepp Hendricks and Kent Brown, who do the fishing shows on the weekend, and so much more. Who are
longest running show on the station
easily, and they've always been kind of like my uncles at the station, if you will. Every year,
crazy uncles,
very crazy uncles. Every year, they make it a point to ask me if my dad wants a pair of tickets to go to the International Sportsman's Expo at Cal Expo, which my dad loves. I remember the year he had his stroke, and they were like some of the first people to call. I'm always checking in on my dad, which makes me love them for life. Well, you don't have to be my dad or have a stroke to get what?
Wow.
What did I just say there? 4-pack of tickets to the International Sportsman's Expo at Cal Expo, happening January 16th to the 19th. And by the way, when I say stroke, I mean like those 4-stroke motors that they have for the boats.
Yeah.
Just get weird. It get weird. I think it got weird. California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back January 16th to 19th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. And hey, we've got your chance to discover your next adventure. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. We're looking for caller number 3. Caller number 3 to win a 4-pack of tickets to the International Sportsman's Expo. I wonder if my dad is going to go to that, by the way. He always does like to go to that thing. I've gone, I mean, it's enjoyable.
I've been there. Yeah.
Let's talk Kings, Jason. But also,
Let's do it.
I'm trying to see if I have things I've been saving for you since the last time. There's a groundhog eating food that it's stealing from a farmer right in front of the camera that the farmer has to catch the groundhog. That doesn't work on radio. Nope. This is a cat that's tired of munching, so it just picks up its paws and eats all the food. Nope, not going to show that. Certainly aren't going to show that. Oh, this is a good question over the break, which is inappropriate right now because we want to talk Kings, but it's what's the greatest made-up band from movies or TV? And I thought it was The Wonders from That Thing You Do.
Mm-hmm.
But also could be that band from Almost Famous.
Yeah,
was it
Stillwater?
Yeah, well done.
I had never seen that movie, and I just saw it within the last couple weeks.
You just saw Almost Famous. Good for you. Good movie.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, yeah.
Oh.
It was entertaining. But I think it's one like I think it lives in a place for a lot of people very, very high. And so when I'm new to it, I'm like, yeah, it was good.
Because expectations were just,
so.
it's not like one of the greatest movies of all time.
But I felt like that's kind of how it's landed for people.
What's crazy is it's also it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Very true story of Cameron Crowe and how he came up with Rolling Stone. And I believe it was the band. Oh, I used to know it. I think it was Three Dog Night, but I could be wrong. Might have been the Eagles. It might have been Zeppelin. I don't know. I think it was like a mash of all of those. Anyway, from the 916. Hey, son, did you hear Kings fired Mike Brown? Sincerely, Dave's dad. That's semi-accurate. So the Kings have won 4 in a row. They face the Warriors tonight. Jason Ross, is this a trap game?
The Heat, you mean?
Yeah. What did I say? The Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday, Jason.
No, a trap in what meaning that Boston's next and let kind of a letdown after last night.
Just if you beat the Warriors by 30 plus on the road and you've won 4 in a row, of course you're going to beat the Heat tonight. Mm-hmm. You certainly want to do that before you go on the road and play Boston. Right. I don't know. It just feels trappy to me, but I also feel like they're not in a mode right now where they can even deal with trap games because they're still kind of buzzing over the firing.
I think so. I mean, again, it's so fast. It was just a little over a week ago. So, I mean, these things have changed quickly here for the Kings. But I think a couple things that have stood out lately, too. They've shot the 3 well, which is going to help them. I mean, we keep talking about, man, is this team ever going to make shots? Well, they have been lately. That's good. I've liked their energy, their effort, their defense, their rotations. I mean, that's a thing. I would say this, too. We were talking earlier about differences between Doug Christie and Mike Brown. Mm-hmm. And, you still got to give Doug more time here. But one of the things I think you and I both talked about with Mike Brown is, there would be a lot of times where he was out of timeouts at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And so when you're thinking, oh, man, a challenge or needing a timeout, sometimes they didn't have them. And I want to say maybe it was the Philly game where the Kings still had a couple in their pocket. And like late in the game, they couldn't get the ball in bounds. Timeout.
Right.
And maybe in the past, it's a 5-second call. And, oh, no. Like that was such a critical turnover because they didn't have a timeout and you give up a 3. It just feels like those things were snowballing on them before. So right now, they've got to be confident. They got to feel good. And we still don't know about De'Aaron or not for tonight.
One other thing we're seeing with Doug is his usage of Keon Ellis, where it's more often than not, we fans and media are wrong about things. In this case, that was something a lot of us were screaming forever was get Keon more playing time, figure it out somehow. In the game against the Lakers, he only played 13 minutes, which was actually one less than he played in Mike Brown's final game, which was 14. Since then, he's played 20, 38, 34, and then last night 24. But I think last night's 24 is a little bit misleading because it was a blowout. But he's getting starter minutes now, if not outright starting. And I think he's responding. Like when you look at his point totals, well, he's never going to be that guy. But he's also got what we like to call stocks, steals plus blocks. He's got 4 stocks a game he's averaging in his last 3 games. That is massive.
Stocks, huh?
Steals and blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? What's the other term I love? Slob. It's the
steals and lobs.
No, it's something out of it sounds a lot worse now, but once upon a time the thing was who was it? They called Josh Giddey the Slob King, and now that doesn't work because Josh Giddey, but it's something about it. It's like a lob out of bounds or something like that. Anyways, yeah, I think it's weird to look at this team right now. Just like it was weird to look at him 2 weeks ago. Like we've come from, and this is especially weird for me because it's been 10 days since I've been on the air.
Right.
Where it's like, well, 13 actually, where it's been like, okay, we couldn't explain, and we went to great lengths of saying we can't explain what's going on. There's something terribly wrong. I remember using the analogy of the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the year last year after the Niners game and how they just completely fell apart. It wasn't lack of talent. Yes, there are roster issues, blah, 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 but not like this. Something's going on, and something was going on, and fairly or unfairly, and even though they handled it terribly, the move had to be made. Mm-hmm. Something had to be done, and that was the move they chose. And I don't think, by the way, they're done. I think they're still gonna. There's still a roster imbalance.
Yeah, and I think, that's what I was saying last week too, Dave. My thoughts, and I'd be curious yours on this. Like when you make that move, it's a significant move to change coaches. But I also feel like that's, it's not exclusive to the Kings. A lot of times this is done with 10 to 15 games to go. It's like, we're just going to see what we got the rest of the year. Let's try something different. Well, when you do it with this much time left, it's because, one, you likely have some expectations which haven't been met. And to kind of keep the pressure on that is, if, right now it's going well at 4-1 under Doug Christie, but if it starts to plateau or level out or get a little worse, I still think this organization thinks this is a playoff team. So if you have that thought process, you've already changed coaches, you don't get rid of every player, but I believe, and I think everybody has felt like there is a move here. Now, I think for a time when you're losing the way they were losing, it's like, man, I think they need a starter.
Yeah.
Now do they just need some depth? And I don't know the answer to that, and it shouldn't sway on just these games, but it does look different right now.
I had somebody tweet at me last week while I was gone. I really, really was. They said something like, I got to be honest. I was really on the Trey Lyles bandwagon, but now that I've seen him come back and play, I take that back. And not to pick on that person, but this is what's interesting now is let's dissect the core thought there.
Yeah.
Player A sucks. Trade him.
Yeah.
Player A is now doing a lot better.
Don't trade him.
Don't trade him. And we always forget, and it's one of the things I say the most on the radio, other GMs get paid too. So if you want people, you've got to give people.
Right. And for the most part, I think everything that, whether it's been public or even just fans doing their own trade machine, it has appeared that people would like to have, but can we trade Herter and maybe Lyles and get a starter?
That's right.
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
You could get something. And
but by the way, we're not talking about draft picks either. Now, if you throw draft picks in, that's how that happens, but you're mortgaging the future now. Let me ask you this, Jason, and I might be in the minority here. Why are we not talking about trading DeMar DeRozan?
I don't know. I think some are.
Why is it Fox and Herter and Lyles? Am I the only one that thinks DeMar DeRozan is an absolute bucket? He's a wonderful human being. He's a great dude, and he's a guy that can get you a basket when you need to get a basket, and I don't like watching him play for this team. I don't like the way the offense is. I don't like his ISO ball. I don't like him back and do. Now, look, there are certainly advantages to that.
Yeah.
But a free-flowing, moving offense where you give up the ball because you trust that you're going to get the ball back. And so I'm really, and maybe it's just because I'm looking for it, but I notice where ball comes down the floor, everything's moving great. Oh, DeMar gets it. Dribble, 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 turn around, good. Or turn around, not good, but I just don't, I know I'm going to get killed for this. I just don't think he's a fit. I personally, when I'm looking, like, for example, when I was looking at yesterday, when I was like, okay, well, what would a De'Aaron Fox trade look like? Let's just look to look. I was like, well, what would a De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan trade look like? Because you want to balance things out. Well, now all of a sudden you have $60 million in salary to work with. And to rebuilding teams, DeMar's also got a fairly attractive contract because of how short-term it is. Why are we not looking at that as a possibility, especially when you've got a backcourt of Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox and Devin Carter and Keon Ellis, and you're hopefully using some of that to grab a power forward, but hold on a second. If we get a power forward, who's moving to the bench? Is it Monk? I would hope not. Is it Keegan? I would hope not. And for me, when you're looking at levels of moves, I'm going to go back to John Collins again. John Collins at the 4 on this team, if they don't have to give up a ton, wouldn't suck at all. You don't like the John Collins move. Tell me why.
No, I think there's been a lot of hype on him. Not hype, but sure. I'd like to see where that performance is paid off for a team. For John Collins, him individually, him for the team. I'm not a big John Collins fan.
Would it be fair for me to turn around and ask that same question to DeMar DeRozan
for this team?
No, I'm saying for a team.
Oh, probably. I mean, I guess fair, but but career. I think that's a big mismatch between those two career-wise, production. Consistency
for sure. No. DeMar DeRozan is far more consistent. No, there's no doubt about that. Let me look at John real quick. Obviously, with Utah, I mean, Utah for 2 years, Atlanta for the 6 years before that. It's not like he's also been surrounded by it. I mean, Atlanta was in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I just look at 52, 44, 87 as my power forward on 3.5 threes a game and go, it's a guy that's going to give me 18 points, 8 boards.
Well, it'll come down.
It will come down because they're going to share some space.
Yeah. And kind of like, I don't think it was entirely surprising that Keegan's numbers have come down just because there's another primary scorer. Well, and really, too, now that you put Monk in the lineup.
Well, and that's the other thing is I also think that of all the, and this isn't his fault, this isn't DeMar's fault, but I think of all the people that have been hurt the most, I think Keegan's probably been hurt the most by the acquisition of DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, and again, it's DeMar, but also, I mean, inserting Monk.
Yes, 100%.
Terrific offensive player.
100%. But I do think, and it's what's exciting about games like yesterday, is like this team is still woefully unbalanced in the front court. Mm-hmm. They need a true blue 4, and they need a backup center. That like no offense, Alex Len, but like, an actual backup center. So there's almost like a higher ceiling here you can sniff at, but it's just a matter of, who you want to give up? You don't want to give up De'Aaron Fox. You don't want to give up Keon Ellis. Yeah. Oh, you can't give up Devin Carter. Well, what are we doing here then? So we're doing the Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, and a pick for the poo-poo platter that I don't know if he can pull it off. Great, but again, other GMs get paid too. We'll take a break. When we come back, NFL playoff matchups. We'll recap the pick 6 with Jason and Chris for the Niners and Cardinals, and we'll look at these playoff matchups, also draft order. We'll do all that right after this.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives from the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco. La Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
There's no better time than the beginning of a new year to get ready to make good on all of those promises you've made to yourself about getting fit. And there's no better place than In Shape Fitness to get the ball rolling or bouncing. So grab some friends for a game of pickup basketball on our courts. Or stretch your limits in a yoga or Pilates class. In Shape personal trainers are standing by, just waiting for the opportunity to help you create a happy new you. We are In Shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
1-800-920-1140. Right out of the break, Dwayne. Good morning, Dwayne. You're on with Dave and Jason. How are you?
Hey, what's up, fellas? I feel much better, man, after this weekend. 2 words, man. Doug Christie.
Yeah.
Doug Christie, immediate impact, especially with Keon Ellis. So my perspective has changed a lot. Now, the trade still has to happen because right now the way that backcourt is playing, and the way these guys are going up and down, you make the trade. I got you guys as contenders in the Western Conference Finals for real.
But what trade? Even if you're not being specific, like when you say the trade, what are we talking about here? Just a more balanced roster as a general, or is there something in specific you have?
Oh, without a doubt. I've been on Monty's head for a minute about this. We need that length. We need the defense, the wingspan, shot blocking, those type of role players. And I think we can do a blockbuster where we can get a star plus some role players. And here's the trade. You got to trade DeRozan and Carter. You package both of them in a blockbuster, and we got action in the playoffs. So that's all I got, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought there was something on the other end.
Yeah, like who are we getting back? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people ain't going to like the idea of trading Devin Carter because Devin Carter is door number 2 right now. That sounds bad. He's what's behind door number 1. Like we're seeing
He's the shiny new object.
Yeah, you never want to trade the guy that could be the thing.
Right.
That being said, though, DeMar DeRozan and Devin Carter are going to give you a.
What's that point? Not point total, money total.
Yeah, I'm looking. Why do I not see it? Devin Carter's not even on this list, or am I just stupid? I'm missing.
I don't see him either.
It is. That's weird. Well, DeRozan gives you 23. I think DeRozan, Carter is going to be somewhere in the 5-6 million range, probably for where he was picked, maybe 4. So that gives you the better part of $30 million if you package those two. You better. Hey, look, if you're giving up on that kid. You better,
Could you do? I'm just trying to think in my head. He wanted length, size. Can you pull up the Wizards?
I can pull up.
Well, you can't. Carter's not in there, huh?
That's weird. He's not. But we can just guess. What are you looking at?
Well, they've talked about Kuzma before.
Yeah.
I don't know if you love
talking about Kuzma Valanciunas.
Yep.
Kuzma Valanciunas for Carter and DeRozan.
Just I don't know. Back up big, starting 4.
Mm-hmm.
Move Keegan to 3 or 3-4. However you do that, I don't know.
No, I don't.
It's not crazy. Doesn't kill your future per se. I don't know.
Oh, I hate it.
Just a thought.
Sorry. Now I'm on the. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Now
you try to trade them all. Why are all your trades failing?
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Hold on, I gotta adjust this here.
I just keep seeing a red mark. This trade failed.
Let me take him off, and then I need $7 more million here.
That's all.
Hold on. There we go. Never mind.
That trade failed too.
They do not want us to trade for Kevin Durant.
Oh, Phoenix?
Yeah,
they seem to have something going on right now.
Yeah, they do. They're all
issues.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
DeRozan, Carter, and a first. This is why I stopped because then it turns into friggin' ESPN Trade Machine radio, which is terrible radio. But DeRozan, Carter, and a first for Cam Johnson. All right, hold up. That is a gross, and people need to relax on Cam Johnson. If we got Cam Johnson, I think that would be great.
That's a lot.
That is Cam Johnson.
Who says no? The Kings.
Yeah, I would hope so. Because he is gone from being properly rated to we are entering massive overpay mode. So,
and you know what? Just to backtrack, and maybe I felt like I was being kind of critical of John Collins. I felt like that's where I was with John Collins. Like when Kings fans really wanted him for like 2 years, I'm like, man, I feel like we're putting too much on him. That's a little bit where Cam has gone. Cam would certainly help this team.
Yeah.
But when you're offering that kind of trade up, I'm like, man.
He's 28 years old and he signed for
28.
He's 28 years old. He'll be 29 in March.
I didn't realize that.
I mean, right guy, right?
Yeah. No, that's right.
28 years old.
Not that that's old.
By the way, let me help you out with something else too. Last year he played 58 games. The year before he played 42. 66, 60, 57. He's currently out right now. That's an injury prone dude. I mean, by definition,
right?
He's averaging less than 60 a year. 19.5 points, 4.5 boards, 3 assists, less than a steal, a half a block on 49, 43, and 90. He's incredibly efficient. I would just here's something I want people to wrap their heads around real quick. If you're all in on Cam Johnson, I would simply ask you this. Why? And I'm not talking to you. Why are you then? I need you to explain to me why you're not all in on John Collins, who, by the way, is younger.
Yeah.
Okay. And has better numbers.
Probably not the shooter, but taller, better rebounder.
Well,
pretty good athlete.
John Collins is shooting 53, 44, 87.
From three. I mean, as far as volume. How many threes is he?
Let's see. I think you're 100% right on volume.
I mean, still, that's good.
I think a lot of people don't realize that about the year John Collins is having right now. It's like, dude, this guy is having the most efficient season of his career by far, by a decent amount. Not enough to make it an outlier. I'm just bringing this up here for you, Jason. Cam Johnson is shooting. It's almost 43.6. He's 3.3 out of 7.5 per game. I mean, he's making, I think, what John's attempting. Whereas John is 1.4 out of 3.3.
Yeah.
He's making what? So you've got a better 3-point shooter, or at least more efficient and a higher volume. And then, John's got the better field goal percentage overall. But here's the thing. John's going to give you double the rebounds. John's going to give you a half less assist. He's going to give you more blocks and more steals on about the same amount of efficiency. Now, look, what I'm not trying to say is like, oh, he's better. What I'm saying is I think if you asked Kings fans, I think 91% would say they'd rather have Cam Johnson than John Collins. And I'm not here to say that that's wrong, but I think the difference between the two is a lot less than a lot of people think. And by the way, the last thing there, John Collins has a player option next year at $26.5 million. So you got Cam Johnson for 2 more years, but they both make about the same money too. And you got the ability to extend them or let them go next year.
What about Ben Simmons?
Well, Ben Simmons, on the other hand, is also on an expiring deal at $40.3 million. So what are you saying? You're saying like DeMar DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons, Cam Johnson, and like 3 firsts?
Who says no?
Who says no? We'll take a break. Trade Talk brought to you by us. When we come back, playoff matchups. We'll recap. Wait, what am I doing here? I'm in the wrong segment, aren't I? Wait, weren't we supposed to do NFL?
We were.
What the hell did I do? What got me on the NBA?
Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne. Damn it, Dwayne. So next is supposed to be what to watch?
Yeah.
Well, we'll do that. We'll do 3 in the key, and then we'll try to get to playoff matchups.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Bad host. Thanks, Dwayne. We'll be right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers game day. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium for the 2025 season.
20, 1 block and he's in.
Season tickets are available now. Inventory is limited, so to speak with a representative, call 415-GO-49ers.
Touchdown!
That's 415-GO-49ers.
San Francisco!
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer? Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with an adjustable base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatched De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings. Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
You got your pen right, Jason? Not that you necessarily need it, but just in case. I want to play a game I invented. It's called Which One's Better? Okay. I'm going to give you some numbers. We're going to do football real quick before we get to pick six and all that fun stuff. And I want you to tell me who's better. Okay, these are 3 different players, but there's a little bit of a twist. All right, number 1, first player. 63% completion percentage, 3,731 yards passing, 6 interceptions, 28 touchdowns. And 531 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns. Okay. Player 2. $4,172 passing yards. Did I do completion percentage?
Yeah.
66.7 completion percentage. 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 915 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Okay. You got those 2? All right. Now let me give you player 3. I know I'm giving you a lot of stuff here. Okay. 3,678 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks, 67% completion percentage, and 821 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. Okay. Who would you say is, would you mind ranking those, please? Give you some time. Ding, 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 ding. Screet did the burp.
Okay. It's tough. I mean, number one is clear to me, just based on stats, no other context. I was trying to guess who I thought I knew who they were, but I don't anymore.
Okay.
Number one was the second one, 66%, 4,700 yards, 41 TDs, 915.
Agree.
Number one. The tough part is between the other two, the first one and the third one you gave me.
Yep.
Based on, I'm going to go based on touchdowns being player one, then followed by player three.
Coin
so 2,
flip,
1,
though, right?
3.
I mean, they're really
pretty
close.
much
Closer between 2 and 3 than 1 and 2, in your opinion? Or excuse me, I'm sorry. Closer between
player 1 and 3
1 and 3 than number 2
by himself.
Player 1 is Josh Allen.
That's what I thought it was.
Player 2 is Lamar Jackson.
That's what I thought it was.
Player 3 is Lamar Jackson last year when he won MVP.
Oh, okay.
I do not understand why there is this huge controversy brewing over who the MVP is going to be, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Josh Allen. Now, there is one stat I left off, and I want to be fair. Josh Allen is 13-4 with the Bills. Jamar Latson. Lamar Jackson is 12-5 with the Ravens.
Oh my gosh, what a difference!
By the way, Lamar Jackson's 1-0 against Josh Allen this year. I've also heard, well, Josh Allen had better numbers than Lamar Jackson, a personal team. I don't know. Lamar Jackson is having, try this on for size. Lamar Jackson is having arguably a top 5 year ever for any quarterback ever, all around, ever. It's insane. Not to mention the fact, we talked about this before. 4 interceptions. I haven't seen the 4th, but I know 3 of them weren't his fault. We've seen the tape on it. It's ridiculous. They all bounced off receivers. But either way, he is better than Josh Allen in literally every category except for rushing touchdowns, which, by the way, they're not letting Lamar rush for those short touchdowns anymore. A lot of these are 2 1-yard rushing. That's fine. And by 1 game on regular season record. But Josh Allen's probably going to win the MVP, in part because Lamar's already won 2. Now, Lamar needs to do something in the playoffs. But Lamar Jackson's actually having a far better year this year than he did last year when he won the MVP as well.
Right.
But it's going to be Josh Allen.
Yeah, and I'm fine with it being one of those two, but Saquon's also having a top 5 running game season.
He'll get offensive player of the year, I think. But yeah, no, I hear you.
It's just, are we done with giving it to running backs? He's had a spectacular year.
I mean, I'm done with it.
Yeah,
I'm done. I've been done with it. I'm done. We got to get to pick 6 here. Jason, I wanted to share some odds with you. Aaron Rodgers' next team. Will he retire? Yes is a slight favorite over no, but if he does not, the favorite to land Aaron Rodgers next year at 2-1, the Raiders. Number 2 at 3-1, the Steelers. At 3rd at 4-1, the San Francisco 49ers. Ooh, thought that was a little interesting. I didn't expect that. All right, pick 6 or 3 in the key.
Either one, whichever you want to do.
Yeah, let's do 3 in the key.
Okay. For tonight.
That's fine. For tonight.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
3 in the key. Da, 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 da.
All right. Let's see. We're going to do this one again. Dave, you, me, and Chris. Let's go with the first and last King to score.
Also, the Kings are the 3rd favorite to land Bradley Beal, according to Bovada. The Bulls are the favorite, followed by the Pelicans, and then the Kings.
Oh, great, another card.
I'm going to tell you right now, if the Kings trade for Bradley Beal, I'm getting a Thunder jersey.
To show them?
To show them.
Yeah. That says what?
This says F-U, Monty and Wes. It's a lot to put on the back. It looked like from Monty West, but first player and last player to score for the Kings. Give me Malik Monk and Devin Carter.
I have DeMar DeRozan and Devin Carter.
DeMar DeRozan.
I will say Sabonis and Trey Lyles.
Try.
Trey Bay.
Okay, Dave, the bench leading scorer for the Kings. How many points?
Trey Lyles. Speaking of, and give me 14.
I have the same number, 14, but I have Kevin. Is it Huerter?
It's Huerter.
Yeah, Huerter.
Huerter.
Lyles with 15 points.
Okay.
Wow, great guess. One off of mine.
And last but not least, random. Something different. Something weird you're predicting. Something odd.
I will throw up all over the floor.
Again?
I know. My daughter will be with me tonight. It's myself and my daughter going.
Nice.
Daddy-daughter day.
Daddy-daughter day. Sacramento, California. Hello.
Gilroy.
I will say, I'm going to say 5 threes for Keegan Murray.
Okay.
Keegan
Murray.
Thank you.
Well, we're on the same line as far as Keegan. I have Keegan with a double-double.
Hey.
Chris?
Malik Monk will be involved in the Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
Guys, Alex Lennon, DeMar DeRozan, and a first-round pick for Collins and Walker Kessler will not get it done. Sorry. Utah system.
Danny Ainge wants everything.
Danny Ainge. Oh, remember I used to tell you that I had a Danny Ainge growth chart at my house that my dog used to bark at? For the first time since then, I have a new Kings growth chart. I went to, I don't know if they're sponsored now. I went to Great Clips, another sponsor of Kings, to get the hair done over the weekend, and they gave me a Domantas Sabonis growth chart.
They gave it to you?
Yeah, they've got posters there.
Oh, okay.
So you go and you get one, and it's full size, and now he's we're going to put it up in my son's room so we can tease him about how short he is. That's a big thing with Mason right now, no pun intended. Like, he's worried. Like,
he's pretty tall,
but he's not like I'm 6'4", Melissa's 5'11". He's like 5'10", and he's 16, and he's super worried that
he's going to be like 6'5".
My dad's brother, my uncle David, is like 5'8", and then Melissa's dad was I think 5'10" or something. And so we tease him about like it might genetically you might be a 5'10" guy, and that's like the one thing that he'll be like, that's not funny. I can't. His worst nightmare, because he wants to.
That makes me want to punch you.
Exactly. Oh my God, a podcast with Kawhi Leonard, Keegan Murray, and my son.
Yeah,
would be amazing.
Talking about eating peanut butter and jelly.
It's good. I like it.
So Great Clips isn't a sponsor on the station. They would be a perfect
sponsor
for Kings Rewind.
You're so right. And they are a Kings sponsor. Where are you at, Jonathan Great Clips?
Yeah.
That's exact. That should be our Kings Rewind, brought to you by Great Clips.
Yeah.
We've got a whole thing set up. Sales, get on the phone. Sales, immediately. Stat.
Those clips are great.
Been going there for years. Oh, I missed pick 6. Oh, man, I'm all out of picks. Yeah, when we get back.
Come on. We don't have to.
Well, you worked so hard to do it.
Oh, well, look, can I just tell you the one?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or pick 6.
Because I know Kyle freaking Juszczyk has had 2 touchdowns in a row after picking him all year.
All right, really fast. First 49er to score. I said Dobbs. Chris said Kittle. It was Moody. I'm going to save the one for last. Leading wide receiver yards. I said Pearsall 101. Chris said Jennings 73. It was Pearsall 69. Total turnovers. Chris said 4. I said 3. It was 3 between the two teams.
Nice.
Longest play from scrimmage. I said 55. Chris said 32. It was 46. Chris's random stat, or my random stat, 3 rushing touchdowns by the quarterbacks combined. There was 1 by Dobbs. Chris said there'd be a 56-yard field goal or longer. There was 2 51-yarders. But the last 49er to score, I said Jennings. Chris said Juszczyk. And it was Juszczyk.
You son of a
Juszczyk. He got you at your own bit.
He did get me at my own bit. His winning percentage is far higher than mine with Kyle Juszczyk.
I think it's at 8%.
Yeah.
Your wife makes dumb jackets. Got him.
Oh, did she make the jacket?
I thought you made the jackets.
Oh,
For
I
LeBron's
did not
first game?
know that.
What?
For LeBron's
Has
first game in
anyone
Sacramento?
ever said that before?
Okay, we'll take a break when we come back.
Okay, that's too far.
Crosstalk with Alan Stiles and a celebrity birthday.
Slew of them today.
Oh, a slew?
Yeah.
Oh, a whole slew. We'll get back to that right after this.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatch the Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
You can't really, yeah, there you go. It's got a USB port, so you can charge your phone off of the strap. I don't know, man.
Those backpacks, would have been good during my music festival days. You can hide a lot of stuff in them.
Dork. What do you mean your music festival days?
What kind of stuff?
Yeah, what do we do?
Stuff.
What music festivals were you going to?
Yeah.
I'll see if it counts.
I went to Coachella once. It actually was a bit overrated. Went to Coachella.
When did you go?
About 7 years ago.
Yeah, let's
So
roll
2017.
Into that's where I was about 10 miles from Coachella last week.
Yeah,
that's where I was
no.
staying. And no thank you. And
I've
anytime
never
but now.
gone, but peak Coachella seems like late.
Who's Pete Coachella?
Well, I'd say like 2010-ish.
Yeah, I was a little after that, but Coachella, Bottle Rock, of course. Bottle Rock is more
That
chill.
doesn't count.
Obviously, outside lands. Life is beautiful in Vegas. We used to hit a bunch. There was one randomly in Sacramento one year. Then it went away, but we went to it.
Which was?
I forget the
Aftershock,
name.
it's every year.
No, it's not Aftershock, but Chance the Rapper was there.
By the way,
Country in the Park.
You said Pete Coachella was when? Pete Coachella was when did you say?
Around 2010-ish.
So this year's Coachella features, amongst others, Shabuzi, who had the song of the summer.
Don't tell the CMAs.
Megan Thee Stallion, Missy Elliott, Lady Gaga, Travis Scott, Green Day, Post Malone, and Oasis will headline the 2025 Coachella Festival.
It's pretty solid.
That doesn't sound. Oasis isn't doing Coachella.
I was just testing.
I'm
you.
not-
No, everything's true but Oasis.
I'm not kidding you. I think the last time, you can search this, Dave, the last time we went to Coachella was the last time Lady Gaga was there. Whatever year that was probably 2016, 2017.
Gaga?
I think it was 2017.
Yep, that's the one I went to.
Yeah. And
Ooh la la.
Let's see. This is
That's the
super
one I
interesting
went
for
to.
everybody, but now I want to know. Coachella lineup 2017. Let's see if this is the one Alan was at. Radiohead.
Yeah, I
you lost
skipped
me
that one.
already.
I skipped that one.
Beyonce.
No, that was the one Beyonce, I think, had to cancel.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick was there.
Bon Iver.
Yeah, my buddies liked him.
Yeah, I know it's not Bon Iver. And New Order.
Gucci Mane.
Hans Zimmer.
New Order?
Yes, my friend was very excited for Hans Zimmer, and we made fun.
Hans Zimmer was there.
We all went though.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, so you
Future.
go from Gucci
John
Mane to Hans
Williams
Zimmer.
ever performed at Coachella?
Oh, I would love to see.
Who?
I was actually looking
I
for
mean,
a
can you really be a better
John Williams?
yeah.
That's like the name on
Conductor?
caller ID.
Hold on a second.
Could you really be a great conductor without going to Coachella?
Would you go see John Williams in concert? No, it's not a trick question. I'm asking you.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I don't know who it is.
I knew it. Do you know what? Are you familiar with the theme to E.T.? How about Star Wars? How about Jaws? How about Harry Potter? How about Jurassic Park? How about Superman? How about Indiana Jones? That's all John Williams, the greatest musician in history.
No, I'm not saying. Look, like I
Jeez,
said,
come on.
There's stuff in my backpack. I'm having some fun. I don't want to hear John Johnson.
Williams.
Same thing.
What, you call him Mozart?
I don't want to see Cat Williams. I would see
Raheem.
Cat
Go see
Williams.
who?
Raheem Mozart.
Choppin'?
The Niners are going to get him back.
Anyways.
Great stuff.
No,
Good to have you back, Dave.
No,
Dave.
Not great to be back.
Dave,
I'm going back.
Dave.
I'm going to Coachella.
I'm going
back
to see John Williams.
Celebrity birthdays. Who got older? Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing says family and friends. More than Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies. They're so fine. They're so fine. You blow your mind. Hey, Crumble. Hey, Crumble. Jason.
On this date, in what year did the show Wheel of Fortune debut?
Oh,
1983.
Wow, off top like that, young Daver.
I was there. Merv Griffin Enterprises.
I'm gonna say it's older than you think. 81.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'll go in the middle, 82.
75.
Jeez.
On this
wow.
This day, in what year? School of Rock.
Ooh.
Everybody's favorite jingles as a kid.
Hey, you know what movie we watch? We have a family
Schoolhouse
movie every
Rock.
Sunday.
Excuse me, not School of Rock.
Schoolhouse
Rock.
Sorry,
big difference. Big difference.
Watched it As Good as It Gets with the kids last night. Oh, I forgot about a few things in that movie. Remember with Jack Nicholson?
No.
I saw it, but
As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
Was it the backside?
Yes.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
No, wait. You guys don't remember any of it? That's okay.
No.
Oh, wasn't he like super homophobic in it?
And racist
Okay.
and a lot of things. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I forgot.
Here, kids.
Schoolhouse Rock. That's the Bill and the.
I'm just a Bill.
Yeah.
Junction.
What? I'm gonna say 1972.
think it is the 70s, but I think it's 78.
74.
Remember Electric Company?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, contact.
Me and Alan have no idea what you're
What's
talking
happening?
Sorry. Love it. Rerun. Chris and Dave tied 1973.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Kate McKinnon.
Saturday Night Live.
She's still on Saturday Night Live?
No.
Okay.
Women's Ghostbusters.
That crew lately, they just won't leave.
Kate McKinnon is 56.
Jeez. 50. On the
She
nose.
is 43.
Christopher Lotta's closest, 41.
Wow,
Kate
Dave. Do you even know who we're talking about?
No.
Happy birthday to Jameis Winston.
Now, here's a guy
He's going to eat a W.
that likes crab legs.
This
is your guy, Dave,
Yeah,
actually.
big
Florida
one for
State.
Jameis. He's 30 today.
That's probably right.
No.
Yeah, no. 31.
28.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 31 for Jameis.
Oh, man.
Probably knows the
Oh,
most about
over,
FSU in that
over.
room.
Oh, you know what? I was out. Okay, never mind. He came out
Just
of
stop.
freshman year.
Just stop.
My
Happy
bad.
birthday to Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, can we skip him? This guy hates
Boo.
Sacramento.
Yeah,
He's
more
a
like
bum.
Gilbert.
He wears number 0
Arenas.
because he is a 0. What a bum.
Gil is
That show sucks.
45.
It does.
He's 46, but acts about 4.
He's
a bum.
42.
Chris is closest, 43. Happy birthday, Howie Long.
Now, here's a guy.
Howie Long is 67.
No.
Wasn't he in that firefighter movie?
Howie Long?
Yeah.
Was he?
Like
70.
He started it. Howie Long is 69.
What did you say, Dave?
67.
Dave's closest, 65.
Nice.
Happy birthday to Ndamukong Suh.
Nebraska.
Now, here's a guy.
Why doesn't Ndamukong never get put in the list of like greatest first names? Like DeBrickashaw Ferguson's always a gimme. They always have those lists. Have you ever seen one with Ndamukong Suh? That is a hell of a first name. He's one hell
Maybe
of a
at the
model.
time. Maybe
Yeah,
at
right?
the time.
Ndamukong Suh is 43.
Yeah, he kind of just fizzled out. I'm going to say he's 41.
39.
Chris is closest, 38.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Lou Holtz.
Now, here's a Lou.
Guys,
Talk
Lou,
about terrible.
Lou 88. I'm going to say, nope, I'm saying 90.
I was going to say 90.
Haha, too late, sucker.
89.
92.
Alan's closest. Your first instinct was right on, 88.
Come on.
Perfect number for
Happy birthday to Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson.
Mr. Bean, who I just found out recently played the voice of Zazu in The Lion King, the little bird.
Really?
Yeah, Mr.
I didn't know the bird didn't speak.
Mr. Bean
Rowan Atkinson.
is 73.
Under the Sea.
No, that's the crab, Sebastian, from a different movie.
What did you say?
73.
70. On the
64.
nose.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles.
Come
70.
on. Under the
good
Sea.
job, Mr.
70.
Bean.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Clean sweep, baby.
Mr. Bean. What's coming up on the show today? Let me guess. Kings, and more Kings. The Kings are winning. Let's be happy.
That's what time it is.
That's what we did, yeah.
No moves needed, right?
No.
4-1.
Everything is great.
It was all bad just a week ago. Now it's all good.
Uh-huh.
Kings are rolling.
But what about this? They blew out Golden State yesterday without De'Aaron Fox. Does that mean trade him?
Okay.
Boy, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Everyone's thinking it.
Well, you know, one thing I have been seeing, and we're going to dive into, number 1, Devin Carter, should he be untouchable? Number 2, Malik Monk, was he being held back from the previous regime? We'll talk about it all coming up next on the Allen Style Show.
That's what's coming up next. Beat the Heat tonight. Thanks to everybody for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Light the beam. Bye-bye now.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings?